Up the sleigh, Santa. This baby holds 20 sleigh loads. Think of the savings.
I'm a sleigh guy, Scrooge. Besides, I saved plenty already at Canadian Tire. This powerful Campbell Hausfeld pressure washer is a great deal at only $189.99. Plus, this 8-gallon shop vac is a bargain at just $99.99.
Breaker 1-9, this is Big Daddy Christmas. Would you come to... Big Daddy. Over.
Canadian Tire lets you give like Santa
And save like Scrooge.
Christmas begins at home.
Home's Christmas savings continue with Black & Decker's Dustbuster Plus or Spotlight or Nova rechargeable utility light. Wrap up the Philips Color Voice 1000 cordless cable TV converter with volume control. And stock up on Scotch VCR tapes in Beta or VHS. Now only $7.77 each.
Home hardware, home of the handyman. Christmas begins at home.
Kleenex wishes you a happy holiday.
I need some gifts for my girlfriends.
Girlfriends? How many?
I have 8.
I find that a little hard to believe.
Well, one of them's my mother.
Uh-huh. Well, I recommend these lovely isotoner gloves. They feel great on your hand, and they're the perfect gift because one size fits all.
That's great. I'll take 9.
I thought you said you had 8 girlfriends.
Well, you never know when I might need an extra pair.
Oh, my.
Isotoner gloves. The perfect gift because they're the perfect fit.
When I was a child, going to Eaton's at Christmas was really quite special. I remember going up the elevator, and when the doors opened at the toy floor, it was fabulous. Everything I could have imagined was there. And you know, just think of what it must be like for a child now to get off that elevator at Eaton's Toyland and just see what they see.
Milk-Bone dog biscuits, dog treats and flavor snacks. Merry Christmas, pal.
Let's see. That's my number. Or that. Ooh, I like that number.
I have no idea what to get you for Christmas.
Why not look through this? It might help.
Shop the Consumer's Distributing Catalog for your number. It's the smart way to shop.
Rocher, nice gift, but shouldn't we test it first?
Absolutely. Testing. 1, 2, 3. They were coming at 7 and it's 5 after.
Lateness must be penalized.
Ferrero Rocher, hazelnut and chocolate. Tempting, light tasting. Rocher makes a great gift, if it ever gets there.
We've shared so much with our friends.
And why stop now? The holiday season, so much to send and say. Make it easy, we always have a way.
With Wheatmore, you can save more. Look for this symbol where you buy boxcars. Fill in the envelope like this. Then use 34-cent Wheatmore stamps and save 5 cents every time. Wheatmore, it's another way we help make the season merrier.
Scrooge! This is the ghost of Christmas present. I can't make it tonight. How about lunch tomorrow? Scrooge! One more thing. You'll find Scrooge-approved pricing on the perfect gift for everyone at Canadian Tire.
and all the best brand name gifts.
And Scrooge, a huge assortment of all the best brand name gifts, plus Christmas supplies and everything you need to decorate your tree and home.
Canadian Tire lets you give like Santa and save like Scrooge.
Now is a time of year when we discover that not everyone's taste is the same. There is, however, a very simple solution. Satisfaction guaranteed. At Sears, it still means something. The average person has roughly 12 different gifts to buy for roughly 9 different people, not one of whom has the same taste as the other. Just a reminder. Selection. At Sears, it still means something.
In 1869, Timothy Eaton was the first retailer in Canada to make the promise, "Goods satisfactory or money refunded." It's an Eaton value customers have relied on for 123 years. Because choosing the right gift, especially during the holiday season, can be a challenge. Timothy Eaton promised it, Eaton's guarantees it. If you choose wrong, we'll make it right.
This is your Hallmark Gold Crown store, where you can trim your tree with memories.
Help someone you love remember this Christmas with a Hallmark keepsake ornament. Your Hallmark Gold Crown store has lots to choose from, like our new 1996 Holiday Barbie keepsake ornament.
This is your Hallmark Gold Crown store. You'll feel better inside.
Ow. So you think Santa will like these red and green M&Ms?
I don't know. I never met the guy. He does exist.
They do exist. Santa?
This holiday, don't just decorate your tree, bake it. Pillsbury Holiday Cookies have a Christmas tree shape inside. Just slice them, bake them, and eat them. For a cookie that tastes
tremendous. Oh, Louis here. Listen to me. You gotta play it safe around electricity. Watch out, little buddy, when you plug these in. Don't plug in too many, my friend.
Ho, 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 can't hold anymore.
Now here's an empty socket. It's such a scary sight. Nothing goes in here but another pretty light. Yeah. Watch out, little buddy. Listen to me. You gotta play it safe around electricity. Play it safe around the tree. Watch out. Be careful what you do.
You were up at 4. You diced, sliced, minced, and mashed, all for this one moment. Too bad you were too tired to enjoy it. This year, call Boston Market for a Boston hearth ham or turkey breast and all the trimmings.
With all the fun stuff you got to do during the holidays, who's got time to cook? Pick up a Boston Market feast with your choice of entree, 3 sides, cornbread, and a whole apple pie for just $14.99. We'll even wrap it for you.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's me again. Song number 6 in my search for an inspirational Christmas song that'll lift my spirits. You know, unsuccessful to this point. But this one here says, jingle bells chime in jingle bell time. Sounds rather encouraging, so, you know. It says it goes like this. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing and bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Promise me, right? Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Yeah, jingle bells chime and jingle bell time. Bit let down, wouldn't it? Dancing and prancing and jingle bell square. In the frosty air. Oh, what a bright time. Yeah, it's the right time. Oh, you rock the night away. Jingle bell time, it's a swell time. To go riding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet, baby. Jingle around the block. Mix and a mingle and a jingling beat. That's a jingle bell rock. Jingle bell, jingle bell rock, yeah. A jingle bells chiming, jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air. What a bright time, yeah, it's the right time. How to rock the night away. The jingle bell time, it's a swell time. Just going riding in a one-horse sleigh. Get me up, jingle horse, pick up your feet, baby. Jingle around the clock. Mix and a mingle and a jingle and beat. That's a jingle bell. That's a jingle bell. That's a jingle bell. Well, I'm not sure that it's Christmassy, but I definitely feel better. Yeah.
I may live through 2023. I'm not ready to go yet, okay? I'm not ready. You gotta wait. I got shit to do. I'm in the middle of something, all right? Just hold on. You are a cunt. Man or woman, you are a cunt. A C-U-N-T Watt. Cunt. I happen to love the word.
Watch your mouth or don't come in here.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, people, come on, we're adults here. You know what? What is the point?
Yeah, we're adults here. I got a fucking Burger King fucking thing on my head. We're all fucking adults here, guys. People in my chat, 2 words. What are they? 2 words. Let me see the chat flood. Let me see the chat flood. 2 words. Okay, next caller. Please. Let's get into the meat and potatoes, which translate in American to dick and balls.
I got flip-flops. These are my flip-flops. Yeah, I really like my flip-flops because I can put them on. Because look, watch me put them on. I can put them on all by myself. Watch me put them on. Look, are you watching? Look, these are my flip-flops.
Thanksgiving Day. I remember it clearly. It was Thanksgiving Day. I was inserting myself in somebody else's fucking business as a cash grab, and you know. This channel is harsh reality.
Karen Yak se jodió la sucia vida. Amen.
This is Jonathan Lee Riches. I have cheeseburgers. I'm gonna put cheese on them. I'm gonna make sure that I have my hamburgers because I'm a big boy now and I can make the hamburgers. My mom lets me use the stove now.
And I'm just like, wow, I like receipts, and they brought receipts. Like they had evidence to back up everything they said. And I'm like, okay, well, there's got to be another side to this, right? Like, this can't, no, this is too fantastic.
Yeah, because you're not going to just jump to the conclusion that there's a conspiracy amongst cops to cover up a murder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, cops and just, like, soccer moms and shit. Like, that's what made it even crazier. Like,
yeah, get it, Betty. Yeah,
did you have a close relationship with your mom?
Get it, Betty.
Oh, of course, I still do.
Yeah.
my older sister was kind of she was more of the prissy girl that like going
That is
and
the best shit fucking
shopping for the
ever.
dresses with mommy. I was the tomboy that liked playing with the cute.
Shout out to Cherry for just being just easily the most faithful and loyal supporter that I've ever had, man. That someone could have that tenacity with loyalty. And I'm really blessed to have someone like Cherry be part of this channel and in my life. So it means a lot. And yes, I named him after Mr. T and Rocky. Say, woman. Say, woman. Say, woman. Said your old man ain't got no heart. Why don't you come down to my apartment tonight and I'll show you a real man. Oh my God, I'm so in love with this little dude. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. I love you guys very, 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 very much. And we will do this again very soon, my friends. Oh, say bye. Say bye. Oh, I love you too. Give me a kiss. Oh, I love you. Bye, guys. Woo! Welcome, everyone. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I know a lot of you that are in here. You guys must be beat, man. I'm grateful to you guys for being in here. Despite that, pretty amazing. You guys, who I'm referring to are those who attended this protest, this very peaceful and very successful protest that took place in Canton. Hold on, what the hell is going on here? Hold on, let me fix this. Okay, that's, I don't know. That's somewhat better. Okay, that I'll have to live with. Anyway, yes, a very successful protest, peaceful. It was beautiful. I watched as much of it as I could. At one point, there was an internet interruption or a signal interruption taking place there. I'm not ready to jump to the conclusion that this was malicious on anyone's part. That's a little too conspiracy theorist-ish for me. Until I see proof of that, I'm not jumping to that conclusion. I'm just going to call it bad weather or whatever. I don't know what happened, but I believe I saw enough though, and beautifully inspiring. Absolutely, like you guys are just fucking fantastic. Like you guys are amazing. Seriously. So yeah, that was great, and we're gonna go over a lot of it. I'm going to stream, and I see you in the chat, Tom CPU. I'm going to stream some of Tom CPU stuff. Most of you guys are already subscribed to Tom CPU. If you're not, please subscribe to Tom CPU. But I'm going to stream some of his stuff, some of his footage. He was there, boots on the ground. And so was Young Jerks. Big shout out to you too, man. I watched your speech, Mike. You were great. And I really wish I could have been there, man. That was
one of those things that I'm watching. I was like, man, I wish I could be part of that and just be there to support and cheer on all of those people that are up there speaking. Man, that was just great. It's just like I said, incredibly inspiring and beautiful. So yeah, all of you guys, let's give you guys a round of applause. Let's give you guys a round of applause real quick for that, people. Yes. You guys were fantastic. Hold on. And real quick, let me acknowledge, I got to do it. I got to do it.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. I think we got a super dad.
Yes. The cuck dance. Absolutely. So yeah, real quick, we got LTL True Crime Podcast. $5. Thank you so much, buddy. Just glaring in. See you on the 21st. I see what you did there. Can't wait. We've got a stream. I'm scheduled to be on LTL True Crime Podcast with Brian on Thursday, I think. I'm looking forward to that. That should be fun. I'm really looking forward to that. I really like that channel. So yeah, and we also got Diane. Thank you so much. Love this entire channel, she says. Thank you so much. I love all of you. You guys are amazing. You guys are fantastic. I got to tell you, it was really beautiful. It was a really beautiful thing. And I'll be pausing, and I'm gonna play it in a kind of speed it up, because there's more than just this protest that I want to go over. But I definitely want to start off on a more positive and heartfelt note, which is showing those of you who didn't get to see this today. Hopefully you'll be just as inspired as I was to see this. And mostly this is what this stream is going to be about, is to celebrate you guys, because you guys coming together, man, it was just the essence of what being an American is to me. It was really beautiful. So I'm going to stream Tom CPU's coverage of that. Big shout out to him. And again, I'm going to speed it up a little bit just so we have enough time to go over everything. I know a lot of you guys are tired. I know it's been a long day, and I know it's late. So,
take a marker. Hey, share this.
I know it, and I love Tom CPU's just up there, just holding the American flag, man. That shit is beautiful to me. I love that shit.
No, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I was going to thank you for making me tickets. Oh, yeah.
All right. Hey, everybody. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Here's Peter. Peter. Pick a color. Police group. Yep. Like a Declaration of Independence. Oh, we're signing. Everyone's signing. All right. So when I went up there, I was looking for the report that there was cars getting stopped up here. There was a radar set up on Florida Street. Okay. But you said it was on Pleasant Street. I was
talking to Rita, and she said,
hey, everybody. We're live.
I agree, Tom.
Wonderful.
I agree,
you
buddy.
Pick a color. And you get to pick a color. You get to pick a color. Please sign. This is hi.
myself, I'm Kiki. I love watching your shows.
Oh, thank you. I know. I remember. I know your name now. Yes. Thank you for watching.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a new Declaration of Independence for Canton. Love it. Like it. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. So here we are. Let's see. All right. Let's flip this around here so we can see what we're doing.
What's up, man?
Hey, Buzz. Hey, Baker's here. Things are here. It's a great day. Beautiful out. Really nice. I have
Let me flip this around here. I'm gonna show you, Nick. Okay. Getting to be a really good turnout here.
And I love how I saw somebody there with a dog. Like, I was like, man, now I know that I could totally bring Clubber. I mean, I would have to. If I were to go out to Massachusetts for one of these things, I would need a lot more notice because it's not easy for me to make plans like that. But I you better believe I'm bringing Clubber with me for sure.
Oh, I'm sorry.
How are you, Tom?
I'm well, and you today?
I'm good.
So pick a color, and you get
Okay.
to sign the poll, like Declaration of Independence
Oh,
for
isn't that
Canton.
nice?
It's ours. All right. Excuse me, gentlemen. Bubble.
We all work together. Sean, what's up, buddy?
Like a sign?
Good. That's my wife.
How's your day going? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that's Amy.
Wait. Thank you, my friend.
I'm a parking attendant.
That's okay. Thank you, my friend. Like to sign the poll. Okay. Anybody you want. This is a good turnout. This is good. And people keep coming in the parking lot here. Yep. Awesome. Okay, man. Hey, I like that sign.
Yeah.
Oh, the news is already there? What?
Like, and I gotta say, watching some of the live streams that were building up to this on a lot of the different channels, you know, I saw that there was some concern whether or not there was going to be a decent turnout or not. And I got to tell you, it's really weird. You know, I had no way of knowing, but I had no doubt in my mind that there was going to be a good turnout for this. Maybe it's just the idealist in me. Maybe I just felt like, you know, this is so important, because this is the thing is I believe, and I've said this before, and I'm going to continue to say it. I definitely believe that, I mean, we're all here because we want justice for John O'Keefe. We're all here because we feel that the investigation conducted to that led to Karen Reed's charges were absolutely it was absolutely and totally cagged. It was ridiculous. So and there's so many things, so many drops in a very large bucket of reasons why this was a faulty investigation, to say the least. And on top of that, what that has morphed into, people started to speak up. Locals started to speak up about this because they saw that where they live, a major injustice was taking place. And these people organized. And this isn't the first time. This isn't even the second time. This isn't even the third time that they've organized. But this particular protest was about them themselves, because it got to that point, because these people have been protesting. They have been exercising their First Amendment rights. They have been exercising their right to assembly. And there is a law that exists there that is absolutely unconstitutional. And it is under this law that TurtleBoy was charged and is facing 90 years, possibly, for merely doing his job, for merely being an American, an independent capitalist, someone who is exercising his right to freedom of press by applying gonzo journalism. And on my shirt, as you can see, is the father of gonzo journalism, Mr. Hunter S. Thompson. I'm a big fan myself. And that's exactly what TurtleBoy does. And if it wasn't for TurtleBoy, and his investigations, and his tactics and his methods, which people find questionable, which I would even find questionable if I didn't think that they were absolutely necessary in this particular situation. I absolutely, truly believe that TurtleBoy's actions are absolutely justified based on the evidence that he has uncovered. And so I think it's extremely important that this is something that we keep in mind, because this is no longer just about John O'Keefe. This is no longer just about Karen Reed. This is now also about not just John O'Keefe, Karen Reed, but also about the people there in Canton. And now it's not even just about the people there in Canton and in Massachusetts. It's about Americans. It's about anybody who lives under the comfort of the fleece of our flag and are still cold. That is what this is about. Because right now, our freedoms are clearly in question. Because if it can happen in Canton, if it can happen in Massachusetts, in the birthplace of our nation, where the Boston Tea Party has taken place, where Paul Revere ran through the town warning everyone that the British were on their way, the tyranny of Great Britain at the time was on their way. If it wasn't, I mean, it's the birthplace of all of this. And who better than those people of that particular part of this country to stand up for not just their own rights, but yours who don't live there and mine as well. And I tip my hat off to you guys for that. It's amazing what you guys are doing. And I will use my voice to defend you every step of this way. You have my word on this.
But
Yeah,
is it 7?
I think it's
25? The news already there. Yes.
It looks like they have a
You signed already.
a frame sign out front.
Really?
On the police station lawn.
Framed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. For that video. Did he? It's already up there. Nice. Nice. So the news is already at the police station. They're already there. So what I got here is I got a new pole and a new flag. And what I'm doing is I had everybody sign the pole. So it's like a Declaration of Independence for Canton. Yeah. So let me put this up here real quick. My coffee. Hey, what's up, bud? Good. Take a marker, right?
Marker,
Any
what?
color.
Okay.
And then sign this the pole.
We're signing the pole?
Yep.
Okay.
That's my new flagpole.
Oh, okay.
And I
You don't have the broken half.
The broken one's
pole.
broken still, but that's got some mileage on it.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm kind of holding that special occasion flag.
All right.
So any way you want, sign your name.
Okay.
And it'll be our little thing. Hey guys. Really?
Unbelievable.
Someone said this. Someone put
15 minutes ago.
guys.
People know.
Someone on Facebook said that this is canceled. So if somebody can take it, hey, before you go, you want to sign the poll like the Declaration of Independence of Canton?
Absolutely. Let me do.
There you go.
I love it.
So can you guys track that down and find out if someone else?
What a dope fucking gesture, bro. Like Tom CPU, you're fucking awesome, dude. What a dope gesture. My man's like, here, this is metaphorical, but beautiful. To bring an American flag and have the people there attending sign the poll on the American flag as a gesture as a metaphor, as an analogy to show that the people matter. The people of Canton absolutely matter. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful gesture.
Someone else put that this is canceled. I don't think they have. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so what do you want? Ain't got no quit, that's so you, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
You're wonderful. Thank you, dear. You want to hold that real quick?
Sure.
Live. Thank you.
Do me a favor, want to rip me off a piece of
Sure.
I'm gonna roll it over. Yep.
See the currency? Oh, we
Yeah, I got the other justice for John on the other side.
Okay. How big a piece are you?
I'm just a small one. I'm gonna roll it. Just, you can probably rip it. Yeah, just enough.
What? Tom CPU. Who doesn't get it? Who doesn't get it? Bring them to me. Who doesn't get it?
Stick it. I'm gonna roll it. Okay, this is excess. I don't need that. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Oh, I give you a little sinus. I'm sorry, but I'm looking at my sinus. I do it all the time. It happens to me all the time. My allergies are bugging the shit. It's sinus rinse. I rinse my sinuses out. Huh? No, it'll just.
Okay.
Yeah, it was actually neti pot. You think that's good enough?
Looks like a beauty pageant now with it.
I know, that's why we did. I know. Yeah, what the hell? Why is he so down? There you go.
There you go. Bang.
So what we're gonna do is just roll it. Roll it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, okay, all right. I do something.
Look at the people. Look at all those people. That's, I mean, let me bring that back right there. That sign right there says it all. Canton Police Department has their own First Amendment law. Well put. Well put.
Did you get something like that?
We ordered it. You want one? I got justice and no quit. Like
at the camera.
Anybody you want one? I got two signs. You want justice for John or ain't got no quit? Anybody want to be in? You want to be in?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, what do you want? Justice or ain't got no quit?
No doubt. All right. I'm gonna make another pass. I'll be right back. You sign this?
Oh, sign, yeah.
Your name on here? Yeah, whatever you want. It's like, yeah, I love that. This is for us. Awesome. This is for Canton. This is the Declaration of Independence.
What's the date? What's today's date? 12?
17?
Yep. Is it 17?
I think it is.
Do you have a date on your phone? So we know. Not that we'll forget, but.
You know what the date is? 17th? How are you? Thank you. Yeah, it is the 17th. Yeah. No problem. Do you want to sign? What color is that? Yeah. I was going to have people sign the flag, but
yeah, maybe
still
that's
a little disrespectful.
Yeah,
so,
I think so.
Yeah.
Never seen that before, so you better stick with the stick.
Can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Can you go see if she needs help?
Who does?
In the back. Gail.
Great
you know
sign,
Gail?
Tracy.
Yeah. Right there
Great
doing these,
sign.
she's doing sashes. See if she needs help.
Are you having any luck with your pursuing that?
Yes and no. It's gonna be a long road, we'll say. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I know. There's a good turnout. This is awesome.
Happy
All right, you
birthday,
guys
Brian
signed.
Fitz.
Everybody signed. Yeah, I got you. Whoa, look at your eyes.
Yeah, we haven't signed.
Absolutely, please do.
I love this.
Yeah, go right in the back. Right back there.
Yeah?
Yep.
Oh, no
Making them.
kidding. Oh my God.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Misty.
You're in the back. You play the
Right there. Straight back. Yes. Straight. They're doing these sashes.
Here's this
Huh?
one. I just gotta.
Yeah. I like the glitter.
I got the CVS. It's like a half-ass.
Is it everywhere?
The
glitter.
Honestly, it doesn't really shed. It really doesn't shed.
Okay, mess you all up.
Yeah, it's a little flashy, you know.
Yeah. I like that sign. That's perfect.
Thank you.
This is awesome. Yes, thank you. Thank you, sweetheart.
Welcome.
Can you do me a favor and hold these?
Yeah, I'll walk with you.
All right, hold on. I gotta try and clean my lens. How are you? You signed the poll yet? Okay. Really? Welcome.
Looks like a dog and animal has.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're like.
I'm doing good. Yeah.
Did you ever get your date?
No.
Helena told me it was February.
No.
She told me it was February.
It's not gonna happen. That's gonna be gone. Did you sign this yet?
I did not.
Okay. Sweetheart, you get those?
Oh, goodness.
Pick a color.
All right.
And how about down here?
Perfect.
Nice.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. So it's just walk down to the police station.
It's right there.
The news.
It's just mind blowing to me, bro. Like how people minimize this shit, you know? Like when people talk about like look what TurtleBoy did. Look what this blogger, this YouTuber, podcast or whatever the hell you want to call him. He split this town. he split this town, and I mean, this is ridiculous. Everybody's just following this guy blindly. Dude, how can you minimize that boiling down to just some podcaster? You know, I mean, the guy, he's an independent journalist, period. He's an award-winning independent journalist. I mean, how are you going to minimize that? And of course, the guy, I mean, why wouldn't you want to talk to TurtleBoy? Why wouldn't you want to get his perspective? He's already blocked TurtleBoy. I mean, he blocked me before the stream even started, where he insulted this entire town, this entire state. He insulted them, and he hid me from his channel. I had to go in there on my alt channel of the same name, basically of the same name, not a troll account. And he doesn't even want to hear. He doesn't even want to look at the evidence. He doesn't, I mean, it's clear. He doesn't even want to hear another perspective. If he's talking about how a town is split and he's blaming this guy, well, then, I mean, you should be willing to debate the guy. You should be willing to at least hear what he has to say before you just jump to the conclusion that he's a troublemaker. You know, like, it's insane. And to me, that just speaks volumes of these people who are just jumping to the conclusion that Karen Reed is guilty. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm hazy, you know. I'm a little hazy on how due process works, because if I remember correctly, this was America, and that people are presumed innocent until proven guilty, especially those who work in careers their entire life where they took an oath to uphold the Constitution and due process. I mean, forgive me for questioning this man, Bill Cannon. Forgive me for questioning his loyalty to his own country when his actions are showing that he doesn't really seem to give a shit about people's freedoms. I mean, am I being unfair, Bill? Because why wouldn't you want to hear both sides? I can tell you why. I mean, it's a rhetorical question, honestly, because I already know why. Because the fact of the matter is, the truth of the matter is, you don't want to hear the other side, because the only thing that you were interested in, Bill, was keeping relations with people who may or may not give you a spot on a platform like Court TV or News Nation that could build your YouTube channel, because clearly you're only doing this for the money. You don't give a shit about victims. You don't give a shit about people being wrongfully accused of crimes. You don't give a shit about the people that it affects. Because if you did, you would give everyone a voice. You would use your platform to give everyone a voice. Now, you don't have to. You have the freedom to not do so. That's fair. That's fair. But it speaks volumes of who you are. Because just as you're exercising your right to give a voice to whoever the fuck you want, I'm exercising my right to call you a fucking hypocrite in the process.
News camera's already there.
Yeah, I saw. What's all the signs up already? Like people's names?
What?
You with that?
What signs?
I thought they were like people's names, like almost like a memorial. Are you done?
Yeah.
All right.
No, I'm still walking around. I don't know where the signs are. I'll have to look at them.
Are you done in the car?
Yeah, my coffee's right there on the
I'll grab it.
Okay.
I'll find you.
Okay. You can't miss me. Hi, you sign? Would you like to?
And Hillbilly Nitro and I, we don't agree on everything, but he's been a long time supporter and he's been a long time participator in this chat for a long time, and that's not going to go overlooked ever. And sometimes we disagree, and the fact that we can disagree, see, that speaks volumes. Is the fact that sometimes him and I can disagree and he'll still be here. You know, we don't have to agree on everything. It's okay to disagree. That's also the essence of America. That you can take someone's someone's opinion, even if it opposes your own, and understand that they have the freedom to that opinion. And you don't have to respect their opinion, but as an American, you have to respect the right that they have to their opinion. That is something that Hillbilly Nitro and I have always seen eye to eye on. And yes, he's pointing this out. This is a guy who's doing his own homework, because the fact is that TurtleBoy is not anti-police. He's anti the police that are conducting a faulty investigation, to say the least. And he's anti the particular police that were conducting this faulty investigation and then arrested him unjustly to confiscate his tech in order to find out who his sources were in order to intimidate them. That is absolutely what I believe happened, because I can't think of any other reason why they would do that. Because if you're so sure, let's be honest here, if you're so sure that Karen Reed is guilty, if you're so confident in your investigation tactics, well, why would you try to shut somebody up? I mean, just simply put out a press statement. Every time, I mean, you look at the quadruple murder at the University of Idaho campus, right? It took place last year. You look at that, okay? You look at that, and you basically just I mean, I don't know, man. It just makes me sick. It makes me sick. It really, really does. Because you look at cases like that, you look at cases like the Quentin Simon case, and you see the difference in the way that law enforcement conducts themselves, right? You look at the Idaho case, where these people, these law enforcement officers, every time there was misinformation that was put out publicly, they would manage it and put out a press release. And I'm talking almost daily, until there was a gag order in place from the judge. But law enforcement would the law enforcement agency in charge of handling that case would constantly put out press releases to counter the misinformation. That's all you have to do. They weren't out slapping handcuffs on people and throwing them in jail.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. 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 I think we got a super dad.
Erica Madden, you're a little late. I just saw your comment saying, please don't play it, but I did. Done. It's too late. But thank you. Erica says, great job to everyone today, and special thank you to Tom CPU. I had to work. We all got to work, man. I get it. And I'm sure everyone understands. Thank you so much, Erica. I appreciate it. But I mean, you don't rob people of their basic freedoms in order to make your point, because what's going to happen is the Streisand effect, where it's not going to make the point that you were hoping for. It's going to make another point that absolutely reinforces the point that everyone else was already making, because now everyone sees you as scared. Everyone sees the Canton Police Department as scared. Everyone sees the Massachusetts State Police as scared. Everyone sees the Norfolk DA's office as scared, because you have to go out of your way to rob somebody of their basic freedoms, to shut them up. But TurtleBoy hasn't shut up. And as you could see, the Canton 9 just multiplied. This right here, this is proof right here, because just in that frame alone, there's more than 9 people.
Okay.
I mean, look at this.
I love the dog.
I know.
His eyes are beautiful.
Her eyes.
Her eyes.
Pretty
I'm
girl.
sorry. She go girl.
I brought her when we did Adam's Inn too.
Okay. You're pretty.
Yeah,
That's where I remember her from.
Yeah.
Where it is.
I try to do what I can, right? All right, Quincy. Quincy.
Sweet.
Thank you, Tom.
No, thank you.
Do that.
You guys sign? Would you like to? Okay, pick a color
Thank you.
and find a spot. You.
Perfect spot.
Hold it. That works. Thanks, bud. You guys sign yet?
What are we signing?
Your name, if you want.
Oh, sure.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
Great.
Sorry. That's at the flag.
Yeah, I saw that, Brian Fitz. It's catchy, isn't it?
How is your case going?
Slow.
File?
It's
too much.
I don't want. It's
Yeah.
it's a process.
Yeah.
It's definitely a process.
I get it.
Thank you. It's a long process.
Yeah.
What do you think, Chrissy?
Well, I think
Yep.
it's a great channel.
Good weather?
The weather's amazing.
Yep.
I'm bundled up anyway.
Yeah. No, we're good. Yes.
Stand back a little bit. I'll grab a good picture. He was the flag.
Let me and Chrissy.
What's up, David McGrath?
Thank you.
Good to see you, buddy.
I'll send them to you.
Thank you. Got you signed, right? You signed. No, you signed. Yep. Misty. Come here, my good girl.
Hey, guess what? Take you around.
Okay. How you been? Good. Well, you're all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
You ever slow down?
What's this for?
You write your name on it.
Oh, I want the pen. I didn't see the pen. What'd you say? Write my. Sorry, Tom.
How are you?
You miss me on your live.
I
at
miss
my
you all the
table.
time.
I know.
I know.
So I had.
freaking love
I
that.
have
Did you
the
make this?
picture. I did. And you like went right by my table.
You gave that to her parents.
Hi,
Made
Meredith
me
Fagan.
freaking cry.
Good to see you.
That is so nice of you.
They were like so.
A lady's got a full-size picture of it for protest. Picture of Karen. It's freaking awesome.
I
was.
Yeah. I brought that. So.
That.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem.
I know. I was like, I should
What do you think
have.
about my shirt?
There you go. That's
I
perfect.
bought this years ago, and today I was like, I know why I bought this.
We what? We won't.
You won't stop.
It's like, I feel
Yeah.
like you were the Pillsbury boy.
I am. That,
We
Now-
what? We won't.
you won't stop.
It's like,
As you could see, she was saying that she bought this shirt, that she bought that sweater years ago. And then she said today, she was like, now I remember why I bought this. And it's, as you could see, it says, "We the people are pissed off." So it absolutely applies. It absolutely applies. Good for you.
it's like, I feel
Yeah.
like you were the Pillsbury boy.
I am. Got you. You got signed yet?
Not yet. Thank you, Tom.
No problem. Right here. Oh, sweetheart. My speech. Nope. Okay. Good. You know what? No, wait a minute. Right there. Up. Lost my sash. Can you help me with this freaking thing?
Sure can. Yeah, up, you're wrapped around. There you go.
Hey,
Yeah, pull it down.
you know what? I'm gonna get some tape.
Looks like you want to.
I'm gonna tape the sash to me. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tape the sash so it doesn't move. That works. How long did it take you to get here?
40 minutes.
Okay.
Now,
That's about right.
just
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Just for the sake of saving time, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit to where people start talking and when the rally actually begins.
Across the street, I want to get some sort of chip on something. No, you guys, no.
And I think that sign that they're holding as they rally down the street
under attack. What?
says journalism is not a crime.
We fight back. On the big mouth.
It's in the thumbnail.
Thanks, guys. How many people you think are here? 400?
How are you doing, Olivia? Now it's good to see you.
Across here.
Or should I say Karen Reed?
The video's up there.
Okay. Listen, if we're gonna cross, I'm gonna stand in the middle of the street so no one goes, okay? Go.
Now, yeah, Olivia, if you guys don't know, Olivia is secretly Karen Reed, according to Plevin's fantastic mathematical investigations.
Yeah, got habit.
Excuse me while I giggle. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. That's a beautiful sight right there. Look at that. Look at this.
We got you.
10 people multiplied to this.
You get some sleep tonight. Bad habits. Bad habits.
Yeah, because all of those people, all of these people here are just blind idiot followers of a blogger and a YouTuber and yeah, because you know all of you people who fucking hold jobs, raise families are a bunch of fucking morons who can only get a job at the Piggly Wiggly. But you know, yeah, because all of these people are just so fucking. It's a cult, right? Like. This shit is killing me, bro. Like every time I think about what that fucking idiot said, I mean, it blows my mind, bro. You're a high school student working for the defense, right? And I love it. I mean, you know how you could tell? You know how you could tell the difference between people who speak the truth on a mass level and people who are just fucking making dumb shit up on a mass level. The people who are making dumb shit up on a mass level, there's something new every day. There's something new every day in regards to the very same thing every fucking day, right? But the people who are telling the truth stay consistent to the truth because the truth cannot be altered. The truth cannot be changed. The truth is the truth, and it is in stone. It is immaculate. It cannot be broken. It is what it is. Can't be fucked with. Can't be fucked with.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Come.
Yeah, look at all
you guys
those.
are waiting a little bit. I just stopped
Look
in
at the
world
mindless
here.
mob.
Hi, how are you,
look
dear?
at this. Yeah, the mindless mob.
Yeah, we don't stop for nobody, right?
No.
Bunch of TurtleBoy disciples, right? Look at this.
Hey. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. No rush. No rush. It's okay. Tell her to take her time.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Julie Braintree. How you doing?
Nice to meet you, Julie. It's all right. You know.
You rock.
Yeah. Yep. There you go.
Thanks, Brandon. I know.
Yeah. What happened last time?
Wow. Lady in a walker. Wow. Yeah. A mindless mob, right? A mindless mob. Yet, not only are these people out there protesting, expressing themselves in a productive and a respectful manner, but what we're not counting are all of those people driving by. All of those people driving by, honking their horns in support of what these people are doing, in full support of what these people are doing. Because those are the people who, for whatever reason, could not attend themselves. Because that's what this is about. Nobody's obligated to be there. That's what makes it freedom. These are the people who chose to be there, and the other people, for whatever reason, could not. But they still drove by and showed their support in whatever way that they possibly could. So here we are, we're sitting there thinking about the turnout. You know, how many turned out? Okay, anywhere between 150 to 300 people, supposedly, right? That's the number that I'm hearing. It's a pretty broad number. But, you know, I'm seeing a lot more than that because I'm counting those people that are driving by honking their horns and showing support. I'm counting all of them. So those of you that are doubting your turnout today, make no mistake, you had an excellent turnout, because then there are the people who also logged on to social media and supported by hitting likes and by sharing this footage. That's your turnout. Because nobody else had it. There were no other options like this back in the 1700s or the 1800s. There was no options. Some people are attending from home. And then you have the people who are driving by honking their horns too. You had an amazing turnout today. An amazing turnout. And you should all be very, very proud of yourselves. Every single person that is in support of this, even in spirit, you should be proud of yourselves. And that's okay. And that's, I mean, it's not okay that they feel intimidated. It's not okay that that there's reason to feel intimidated. A lot of people, for good reason, are afraid of showing up and being arrested. They can't afford to have another mark on their record, or they can't afford to fucking spend a night in jail because they got to be at work. They got a family to take care of, whatever the fucking reason may be. But they have the right to make choices for whatever reason. And if they're too intimidated, then they're too intimidated, you know? And the problem is not that they didn't show up because they were intimidated. The problem is that they felt intimidated in the first place. That's the issue. They should not feel intimidated. They should never have felt intimidated in the first place. Nobody should feel intimidated to exercise your God-given American rights. None of you, none of us, nobody in this country should ever feel, and I'm talking not just citizens, I'm talking anybody who migrates here. Give us you're tired, you're hungry, and you're poor. Anybody. Once you kiss the land, whether it be coming off the Atlantic, coming off the Pacific, once you kiss this land, you are subject to the rights of any American. You are awarded those God-given rights because those rights are based on God-given freedoms. Not just man, they're not man-given. Make no mistake about that. That's why on our Constitution it says in God we trust. That's why in every American document it says in God we trust. Whether you're an atheist or whether you're a Christian, it doesn't matter. Whatever, as if you were born on this planet, our freedoms, our American freedoms, are inspired by what you are God-given, what you are, whether you believe in God or not, it doesn't matter. What you are awarded automatically by being born into this world. That's why anybody who comes from any other country under any other political regime is free to anything that this country has to offer. And I truly believe that. I absolutely, truly believe that. Your rights are God-given.
Oh, they're all over there. Hello.
Good. How are you?
This is nice. Wow. Who did this? Who did this? Who did this? Who did this? Oh my word. Wow.
Is that your little dog?
Huh? No, it's my girlfriend's dog.
Folks, if you want to just show your signs at the street right now, we're going to get organized with some speeches. Let that people see these signs.
This is wonderful. What a good job they did. Wait, we're here more than we're everywhere else, isn't it?
We're here more than we are with our relatives. You know? We're here more than we are with our
Love that.
Listen to that. Colin was in the house. Yeah, because all of these people are just saying Colin was in the house because TurtleBoy said so, right? Not because they actually, may have actually read a fucking court document or a statement or a bunch of them that brought them to that conclusion. I mean, God forbid. Unreal, dude. See, that's your turnout too. That's your turnout too. Make no mistake about that. Every horn honking.
It's so funny. Hey, Tom.
Hey, how are you? There you go. How you doing, guys? Hi.
Thanks.
How are you? Good, thank you. Hello, how are you? Good. Do I have them? I don't have them. All right, I'll be back. There we go. A lot of people here. Oh, nice dogs too. See other dogs?
Fight for justice here, people. Talk about the first
What do you think? What do you think? The first protest and stuff. Different.
No, there's only one thing I need here for, but whatever.
Yeah. If you need, yes, sir.
Men's room.
Right inside there.
That first door?
Nope.
Okay.
There's a door on the side.
Yeah.
In between the pillars.
Gotcha.
Right in there.
Right in there.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Catherine. You see me the bathroom. It's in there.
I know.
What, you going with them?
What? No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going.
What?
I don't need to have to say something.
All right, Soper Girl, thank you so much. Love you, Will. You look at facts and trustworthy resources. I absolutely do. Thank you, Soper Girl. Welcome.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll walk around if you want to talk with you or something.
But what it does is it plays great.
Right? Right? All right, I'm gonna move it on up to the here we go.
Agency.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Brought a tape measure.
Ready? Nice.
This is what people don't understand. People, you know, the ignorant fucks who can't even fucking look at a fucking court document or you know, a bunch of witness statements. Those ignorant fucks who claim to know everything, but seemingly have never even looked at anything that's publicly available. You know, they jump to the conclusion that people are blindly following Aiden and saying, oh, you know, they're just a bunch of fucking brainless idiots, you know, following a fucking blogger. But I mean, you're not looking at people who are just blindly following somebody who has a way with words. You're looking at people who are grateful to somebody that provided them with information. Not just words, but information that you can look up yourself. Provided you with information that you can look into yourself. Dude, as long as I've been talking about this case, as long as I've been talking about the John O'Keefe Karen Reed case, I think maybe I've gone over TurtleBoy's blogs maybe twice in all of the streams that I've done so far. Right? And if I do, it's only because there's video proof to go over in those blogs. Or pictures, data proof that you can actually look at and confirm that it's actual proof. I don't sit there and fucking go over TurtleBoy's words and everything that he's saying and go, oh my God, yes, TurtleBoy, yes. As much as I like and respect him, that has nothing to do with why I'm following this and why I'm speaking up about it. What I will go over are the many pieces of information that has data and proof behind what TurtleBoy has been saying. That's all I'll go over. Unless it's got proof, I mean, and it's no disrespect to TurtleBoy, but I unless it's got proof, I'm not going to go over somebody's opinions on things. I don't give a fuck about what somebody's opinions are. I'm interested in the proof and the data. And TurtleBoy, Aiden, brings forth the proof and the data. The opinions, that's for my own personal entertainment. I'm looking at that stuff and I'm reading it on my own. That's good stuff to me. Don't get me wrong. Sure. But I'm not going to apply that to my content. I'm going to apply the proof and the data to my content.
Aiden's here, as you can tell.
Gotta bring my tape measure in case of a gavel. Okay, we're good. What's up, Tom?
We're signing the sticker, everybody. The new Constitution. Canton. Here we go. Next, bud.
Oh,
have a good day.
My bad.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. All right. Sorry.
I think we got a super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. I think we got a super dad.
Bob Brown, thank you so much. Olivia for governor of Massachusetts, Blair for mayor of Boston. Oh man, thank you, Bob Brown. But nah, man, y'all don't want me as mayor. Like, I'll lose the election immediately. The day ever comes where the Sox are playing the Cards and I show up to Fenway with Cards gear on, rooting for my team. Y'all are gonna be like, I'm not voting for that motherfucker. Besides, I can't do it. Like, I'll too many bombs and I'll call somebody a cunt, and yeah, it'll never happen. But y'all don't want me, I promise. But I appreciate the sentiment. Thank you so much.
I am gonna come up. You going live?
I am live.
Oh. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm all right. Have him sign your boob.
Huh?
Have him sign your boob.
Really? You know I will.
Paul said, have him sign your boob. Oh my God.
Good girl, Misty.
Yep, good girl.
Good girl.
She knows.
Yes.
You take a picture?
Yeah, me.
No, you get in there. You get in there. Yeah. Let's get on.
Everybody else.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I'm used to it. Yes. Thank you. Come on, TurtleBoy, baby. Sorry, get out of your way.
Thank you very much. Oh, nice. No, but this. Oh, I love it. Where are we looking? There we go.
Got it. That was a good picture.
Nowhere.
You guys can get screenshots off of my video too, you know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The people right behind you.
I hope he's
Great
okay.
flag right behind you. Yeah. How are you? That's a great flag.
Oh, I hope he's not scared.
Thank you. You're ahead.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
There's a lot of people here, everybody. There's a lot of people. None. He's just getting mobbed. The poor guy. He can't walk.
I know.
He hasn't made it off the sidewalk.
I know. We're only fans.
I wish I could find land it. Oh, it's fine.
I'm so sorry. I know.
I don't know. It's not the cop. It's the other brother. Yes. Is that him over there?
Thank you.
I'll ask you
Yeah. Okay. All right.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Very welcome.
You can take that to make sure you stay
Yes,
in line.
Yeah, right? He's always ahead of the game. Always ahead of the game.
You know that
So fast going.
My Daisy birthday. I'm the 27th. Yeah, we're going. I knew you were the birthday. Yeah,
You guys want a picture with him? Aiden.
Oh, thank you for coming. All right. What's up, fellas? How you guys doing? Who's it? Yeah, absolutely. Do I receive it or have to take
I got a video. You can take a screenshot from the video. All right? Everybody smile. Got it. Good job, guys.
Nice to meet you, Tony. Oh, nice to meet you. How you doing? See you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Yeah, what are we doing?
Listen, you know how to get to my video, right? Ask your mom if she knows how to go to. You want a picture?
Yeah, do one more.
You can.
And you can share drop it.
That's a video. Come on,
video and a photo. Yeah, let me do a picture.
Smile.
1 second. Photo.
You're all wearing freaking army shirts.
1, 2, 3. There you go. You got a photo.
Nice. Learning already about civics. Gotta love it.
Gotta love it. Absolutely. Very welcome. Very welcome. I love it. I love it.
Awesome. Good job. Nice to meet you.
No idea. No, that's it. I don't know who that is. That could be him. I wish I had my facial recognition software.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Aiden will know.
Now, somebody in the chat was saying that was John O'Keefe's brother in that picture. I don't know how true that is. Cherry's here, guys. Cherry's here.
My screen? My screen? Oh, no. Don't know.
Okay, thank you, Angelo O'Donnell.
No, definitely. This is good. Uh-oh. Yep. Up here. Excuse me.
We're here for them. We're here for the injustice that the Canton Police Department has put on them, put on their families.
put on Aiden, put on Karen, put on all of them, all of them. We're all one big family and we're all here for them. So I'm just going to read this real quick, get it out of the way because Deanna put a lot of time and thought into it. So I just want to read it on Deanna Corby, Canton 9. Okay. Deanna, forgive me if I screw it up. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is warm and full of hot chocolate. Erica rocks. I, and on behalf of the other members of the Canton 9, would like to express our sincerest gratitude. We are incredibly grateful for the overwhelming support we have received.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, how fucking, you know, how bizarre would it be to see somebody there with a Red Sox sweatshirt on? I mean, it's cold and it's Boston. So, you know, a lot of Red Sox fans there. So, I mean, I just don't know.
Received over the past few weeks, it is truly extraordinary to witness the power of empathy, compassion, and unity when they converge. It is remarkable. We thank you. The complaints made against us are an alarming reflection of the misuse of power and the manipulation of legal mechanisms commonly known as lawfare. It is deeply concerning to witness individuals exploiting laws intended to protect and serve the public for their own personal gain.
I agree, Tommy. I agree.
It is extremely disappointing to witness attempts to suppress this essential freedom, which lies at the core of a democratic society. The accusations brought against the 9 of us are unfounded and lack merit. We are all confident in our legal position and will fiercely defend ourselves against these frivolous allegations. We hope you stand with us as we commit to upholding the principles of free speech, even in the face of adversity. We wish you luck today. Stay peaceful, stay resilient, and be kind. Lots of love. Canton 9. Paul, I'm going to bring up Paul. We all know Paul. He's been great with the overpass coordination. Everything. So Paul wants to say a few words. Everyone, Paul!
Yay!
You ever go to a comedy show and they have the headliner and then they put the other guy up first? That's me. Listen, thank you everybody for coming up here. I want to give a big shout out to Tracy and Dana who made all these signs back here for the Canton 9.
Beautiful.
I don't want anyone to forget why we're here. It all started because a Boston police officer was murdered on 34 Fairview Road. That's what got us started here. And then they tried to pin it on a lady, Karen Reed, who's, as we know, is factually innocent.
Yeah.
Then we had an investigative reporter reporting the facts, and they arrest him to silence him. Then we had 9 individuals, the Canton 9, sitting on a sidewalk, holding signs in support of free speech, and they were summoned to court. That's what brought us here. And I want to remind everybody, tomorrow morning, a 17-year-old juvenile has a hearing tomorrow with a felony charge because the Canton police have their own version of the First Amendment rights.
There you go.
There's only one version of the First
So let's make
Amendment.
sure we keep him in mind tomorrow. He's going there, and it's his last year of school. He's applying for colleges, and he has to deal with this. So, I'm just super excited that everybody came. You guys have seen me on the pages. I'm very passionate about this. But listen, I'm a small P in the...
How fucked up is that? You're going to fuck up this kid's future? Like, this kid is doing exactly what he should be fucking doing. This is a mark on this kid's life that should be put right up there with finishing school, going to college, making something of himself. Because make no mistake, people, as an American, this is just as much participating in an act like this, in an organized protest like this, for the right reasons, such as these, is absolutely an exercise in bettering yourself. It is absolutely just as important. It is absolutely a mark, a positive mark on this young man making something of himself as an American, just as much as finishing high school, going to college, and getting a job, and participating in society. This is just as much important as any of those acts. And it should be supported, not punished.
In this thing. I am. We're all together. We're a big voice. And that's why we're here. So that's really all I got to say. Thank you very much. Free Karen Reed.
Just real quick, Paul mentioned it. It did start with the murder of John O'Keefe. So this is the most quiet I'm going to ask you to be today. And let's just bow our heads and give a moment of silence for John. Thank you, John. You didn't. We're the. Sorry, I'm getting choked up. You're the reason we're here, and you didn't die in
Yeah,
vain.
yeah, exactly, Meredith Fagan. I'm glad you brought up this point, because not only were these people not arrested, even though they were smashing small businesses, the windows and of small business owners, American small business owners, smashing their windows, stealing their property. But not only were they not arrested for it, they were praised in the media for it. Praised in the media. Why aren't these people being praised in the media? Why is the common common consensus in the general media that this woman, Karen Reed, is guilty, presumed guilty before being presumed innocent, despite all of the evidence made publicly available? Why? Why aren't these people getting the same recognition?
Justice for John! Justice for John! Justice for John! All right.
Fact.
Let's bring him up.
Fucking fact.
Aiden Carney's here. Hey.
And that's
This
why.
is the man who started it all. He started-
Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil. And yeah, facts. Facts. Because the media is fucking lazy. And the media generally are just slaves to advertisement. They're slaves to sponsorship. This is why we need more independent journalism. Because make no mistake, journalism used to be about someone stepping up and being a voice for the people. Because the people have a right to know the truth. The people absolutely have a right to the truth. Plain and simple. So, I mean, and you know what? Capitalism, great. You know what I'm saying? I got no problem with it. It has its flaws, but I as a patriot, I'm all about capitalism. That's fine. Make all the money you could fucking make. You know? Great. Even if you're a large corporation, fine, great, awesome. But the fact of the matter is, you know, when it gets to a point to where the only information you're getting is brought to you by Massengill, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. When the only information you're getting is brought to you by Coors Light, it's a problem. You should be getting information from all sides. This is why we need independent journalism. This is why we need journalists like TurtleBoy. Plain and simple.
We would not be here if it weren't for this man, okay? They can say, oh, we started investigating it. Like, no, this is the guy. This is the guy right here.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Claire, we got about 300 people here, I think.
Be wondering why I'm carrying
Oh, yeah.
this tape measure with me. It's like
Tom was addressing me because I was in his chat right there. And I asked what the turnout was, basically. And he said, he responded to me saying there was about 300 people.
there's a lot of people in this town who are very scared of me. I know I'm a really threatening person, so they're really scared of me. So I just want to make sure they're safe. So I just need to be able to measure 100 feet at any moment's notice. In case any of them get scared. I did notice that one of them seems to have parked his car over here, intentionally going to the exact place that I would be at, even though he's really scared and he's really intimidated. And he definitely doesn't like it when people say bad things about his pizza or his chicken parm. He gets really sad about that. So we want to make sure his feelings matter a lot. He's the most protected person in the United States of America. He's the only person in the free country that you cannot protest. There are currently now 10 people now who are facing felony charges simply for the act of doing the most American thing you could possibly do, and that is protest as free citizens living in a free country. And we can't let that stand. So what is happening in Canton right now in the last few months is one of the greatest injustices I've seen in American history, and I'm not being hyperbolic about that. What is happening here should be national news. Just to review everything that's happened. Someone was murdered in this town, a Boston police officer at that. An innocent woman had her civil liberties taken from her after she was framed for murder by the very same people who we trust to arrest bad guys and put them in jail. The system that was designed to do that betrayed not only her, but all of us and the trust that we put into it by putting her in jail, charging her with a murder that they know damn well that she did nothing to do with, in order to protect the scumbags who are sitting in that house across the street right now, hiding, and peering out windows.
And I'm not gonna lie, like I was kind of worried because I was even asking like in chat. I was like, should TurtleBoy be up there? Like, can't he get charged? and then they corrected me because he has to be 100 feet away from any of these witnesses, and he was clearly 100 feet away. So I wasn't sure about that, but I was concerned. I was like, dude, this guy is fucking brave, bro. He's up there. He's gonna get hauled off. But no, he knew what he was doing.
I can see the curtain open there. Oh, is that Chris? I hope he's okay, guys. I hope he's safe. I hope he's feeling safe in there because he feels really unsafe. John O'Keefe probably felt unsafe that night when he was cornered inside his house by Chris Albert's family members who proceeded to beat the shit out of him. And instead of calling 911 when he started convulsing, they plotted to throw him out in the lawn to finish him off, figure out how long to die in cold, and then frame an innocent woman after the fact. And we should all have a problem with that, and we do have a problem with that. I didn't even know this was going on until April of 2023. So much for if the defense was paying me. We should have started a lot earlier. I mean, we could have done this a long time ago, but I guess they started paying me, they want to say, in April of 2023 when I read the undeniable, irrefutable evidence that Jennifer McCabe Googled how long to die in cold at 2:27 in the morning. That did happen. It's a fact. It's not up for debate. She did do that. And because we all...
for all you morons in the chat, for all you piggly wiggly morons in the chat, Cherry was being sarcastic, just so you know, okay? Just so you know.
Have the audacity to have a problem with that. I started writing about this, and obviously you all became very interested in it because it's that outrageous. It's the biggest story I've ever written, and no story has elicited this type of activism and outrage because of just what an injustice it is. And I thought from day one that they were just going to drop this. I said they can't go forward with this. But when I saw them put their foot to the pedal, I realized this is actually a lot worse than I initially thought when I wrote part one of the story. This is actually 1,000,000 times worse because they're just going to keep going now. They don't care how many people know that they did this. They just don't care. And their immediate response to that, when I saw that, I'm like, okay, well, now they're only doing this because I'm writing these words on the internet and I'm going on my show and saying these things, but it's not happening in front of them. Well, that changed in June when I started showing up to court, or May, when I started showing up to court and asking questions of people who had the audacity to go to court with their Justice for JJ Walmart buttons on and pretend like they give a shit about John O'Keefe's family, when in fact they participated in murdering him. And I couldn't believe that no other media is going to ask these people questions. Well, I will. So I did show up and I started asking them relevant questions about why they Googled how long to die in cold and why they didn't come outside the house when Karen Reed got there and was hysterically screaming outside. And they had nothing to say and then they stopped showing up. And they want to go on living life like it's completely normal, like they didn't kill a person. Well, I have rights too. And I can go to public sporting events, even if it is a high school lacrosse game, and I can walk to the top of the bleachers, and I can ask you these questions for 5 minutes, and then leave voluntarily, which I did. And then I can hold a peaceful protest in your town, and I can go from door to door, standing outside for 7 minutes, explaining what the homeowners did to cover up a murder. You can do that in a free country, but they don't think you can. They think that because they have all the guns and they make all the rules and they have the badges and they have the gavels, that they can do whatever they want and they can trump up these bogus charges. And that's all this is. These charges are just a way to protect those scumbags across the street diagonally from us. They're trying to make those scumbags feel more comfortable so that they know that they can murder with impunity, that they can kill with impunity. And I was here on July 22nd, 2023. It was one of the most peaceful, nicest days ever. Families were out, you name it. People of all ages, shapes, sizes, whatever. Everyone was here. And we didn't see a single Canton police officer the entire day. Yet now they want to have us believe that this was some sort of gang witness intimidation tactic that apparently the police in this town, they knew about well in advance that they put cameras up, but they couldn't put any cops out there to stop this act, even though they thought that it was allegedly illegal. It's garbage. It's bogus. They know it's bogus. The whole purpose of this is just to take my devices, find out who I'm talking to, find out who's giving them information, find out who the good cops are, who are ratting on the bad cops so that they can make their life miserable, etc. And when I got arrested, right, a lot of people figured, well, it's just because he's, because he's TurtleBoy, because he's got his platform and thousands of listeners and all this stuff. He's got influence, but it's just about it. Well, that was proven wrong on November 5th of 2023, when 9 regular random effing citizens went down on a public sidewalk on the busiest street in town. This street, as a matter of fact, Washington Street, in the middle of town, and stood there with signs, really controversial signs that said stuff like justice, which is apparently now a crime in the town of Canton to peacefully protest on a public sidewalk because you are within eyesight of an elected official, a very, very sensitive elected official who is sad
and scared. Okay, he's really sad. I know he's really sad. He's got a tough life, guys. Chris Albert has a really tough life. He grew up in this town from a well-connected family. His brother's working inside as a cop. He's got another brother who's a Boston police officer. He's got another brother who had a swimming pool. No, it's not there anymore. But I guess that's his life accomplishment. Yeah, he doesn't have to pay any taxes. He can make mediocre chicken parm, and the welfare pizza shop will keep getting subsidized by all the McAlberts who feel bad for him because no one wants to buy his mediocre chicken parm. And he's got a really tough life, you know. And when you read Chris Albert's arrest report from when he killed a man in 1994 named Peter Berger, he killed him and left him to die, and most likely sobered up and saved himself more years in prison. When you read how entitled Chris was when he was being questioned by the Massachusetts State Police in 1994. And they didn't ask him, were you drinking? Which would be the first thing that crossed my mind, right? You realize that, oh, this is generational. Like, this is just, he raised his son to be the same way. An entitled punk, right, who the law does not apply to because the police have his back. And they're not going to be treated like you all, right? Look at the way that the Canton 9 have been treated, and I have been treated, and compare that to the treatment of Colin Albert, who was inside 34 Fairview Road when he was inside 34 Fairview Road when John O'Keefe was brutally murdered. Whether or not he's the one who delivered the fatal blow doesn't matter. He was inside, and he was never once questioned. He's been protected by his close friend, who's known him since the day he was born, Michael Proctor, who he was in a wedding party with in 2012. And these people, these are criminals, and we have the audacity to call them out and call them exactly what they are and exercise our voices, and they're trying to lock us up because they're trying to shut us up. Well, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. We're not going to shut up. I'm facing 9 felonies in Canton. I don't care. I'm just going to keep going. They don't scare me in the least bit because I know a year from now, I'm not going to be the one with charges on my name. But a lot of them are. And so I hope they know that across the street right now. I hope they know that enjoy this Christmas because it might be your last one as a complete family. Unless they do, I don't know if they do Christmas in federal prison. We'll find out. You might have to Google that one. But again, I just want to say thank you to everyone who comes out. Getting arrested does kind of suck. It wasn't fun. That wasn't what I was planning on doing on that Wednesday. But just the hearing all the honking outside of court the whole time because I'm like, I didn't have a chance to tell anyone. And I get down there and I see it's the McAlbert Mafia in the courtroom. I'm like, okay, so they got the heads up and our people did it. But then the whole time I'm standing there in shackles and I hear honking the entire 45-minute arraignment as Ken Miller was reading out my greatest hits. And, I was like, when's the bad part coming? When does the crime happen? I'm like, this is sounds like something we put on a remix here. Like, this is good stuff. This was funny. But again, I couldn't do it without the support of you all and the moral support that you give me. It keeps me energized. And just seeing all you people giving up your Sundays right now to be here, I really, really appreciate that. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I can't thank you enough. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, I apologize for, and real quick, let me, hold on. Got to give TurtleBoy his due there. I apologize for speeding this up. It's just because I got a lot to go over tonight, and I'm just trying to, for the sake of continuity here. But yeah.
Woo! He's fired up! He's fired up! Real quickly, we have a lot of people here from far, far away. I want to do a little contest here. Who's from out of...
Real quick, I got a Venmo from Jody. Thank you so much. And I got a Cash App from Calamity Jade. Those are the ones that I just caught the notifications coming through my phone. But thank you guys for that. I appreciate that.
Where are you guys from? Where you ripping? Lemon Star. Anyone from out of the country? Anyone from out of the country? Out of space. All right, well, we got one guy here. Mark DeFore came all the way from Florida. Say hello, Mark.
That's awesome.
That's dedication right there. Tell my...
I believe. This is amazing. Why am I here? I heard about this in April. I was listening to the Greg Hill show. I listen to it all the time down in Florida, and they mentioned it. And then I read Aiden's thing, and it just blew my mind when I read some of the documents. And it's kind of funny. I sit here, and they're in their home, just like Brian said.
Oh wow! Wow? Somebody from Florida came all the way up. Why? Because he's a TurtleBoy fan? No, it's because he read the documents, and most likely the information that was provided by TurtleBoy. Stop minimizing the intelligence of these people who are following this case and are listening to logic, paying attention to logic. Stop minimizing their intelligence. These are intelligent people. These are people who know the difference between right and wrong and can see wrong, period.
Say that night, you know, it's unbelievable. If I was innocent, I would be out here, you know. And I tell everybody the eye test from where I sit and look at this is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So you guys have inspired me. This is fantastic. What a crowd. Thank you. Thank you.
Have a safe trip back.
Mark.
All right, you ready? Because we're going to bring up Rita.
Yeah!
Real money, everyone. Real money.
Rita, 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 Rita.
I'd like to be your mother. Listen, I want to thank you all for coming out from all over where you came out. You know, we really appreciate this. The people from Canton that aren't here today do appreciate you guys coming out supporting us. It's really an incredible movement that Aiden has started. And I just want to reiterate, we are peaceful protesters. We have fun when we peaceful protest. We laugh and smile when we peaceful protest. And when people drive by and give us that Albert middle finger salute or shout some obscenities, we just smile and blow them a kiss. But we do not engage in any negative violent behavior or bullying. We just don't do it. So, and anytime somebody honks, just to let you know, we cheer. And we try to get to the big horns as we do it. So anyway, really appreciate you guys being here. And a lot of what I was going to say was already said by the previous guest, which is great, which just leads me down to the meat and potatoes, which is right where we are. And we're here to defend our First Amendment rights, which are under assault by new interpretation of the Mass State Law 268-13A. I just learned this. So in that, okay, that law is under assault with new interpretation because people that we consider not witnesses in that law, we consider them potentially criminal accomplices. So it all depends which word you put in that law, how you read that law and interpret that law. So if you interpret those people as witnesses, you know, it still doesn't apply. But in any event, our rights under the First Amendment are under assault. And people have been trying to silence us since Aiden got this momentum going in April. And he has grown tremendous momentum with this story, not by telling things that are unsubstantiated. Aiden, unlike other people, see that? Look at that love. We love it. Aiden has been reading the court filings. The court filings. Those are factual documents, or they're supposed to be factual documents. He has read the court filings to his audience viewers. He has reenacted some of the scenarios that were put forth. They just don't make sense. And everything he has put forward is fact. And people are trying to discredit him and discredit this movement. And we just want justice. We just want justice, using our voices to get justice. And there have been so many ways leading up to today that people have tried to silence the people of this movement. And just to read a few of them, you know, I just want to get here. I had a whole lot of here, but because there have been a lot of ways to try to silence us. So in the spring, we had a lead detective. His wife began calling people's places of business, trying to get them terminated for simply voicing their First Amendment right of free speech. And I've never heard of that before, where a detective's wife does that. But in this case, we did have one. That didn't work. Some people may have had some issues with the calling, but that didn't work. Sean McCabe sends a message to TurtleBoy and tells him that he's going to be buried under Auntie Bev's cottage. But that is apparently not a threat, but it's a threat to the normal person. The 722 rally, which was peaceful. Not only was it peaceful, it was fun. If you look at the videotape, Aiden took all the people through the town of Canton in a very peaceful and productive way to protest against the injustice that was happening against Karen Reed. That was peaceful. But later we find out that it was intimidating to one of the witnesses who wasn't really in her house because she was in Maine the day before because people had pictures of her. So that was supposedly an intimidating thing, and it wasn't. And there wasn't a police officer in sight. So if there was anything wrong with that rally, believe me, they would have been there to address it. Then we had the Board of Select meeting because we had Chris Albert, who's also somebody that was at the home the night that John was murdered, decided in January 2023, after years of not paying taxes and minimal voting or whatever, he decided it was good to run for the Select Board. So he's on the Select Board, and citizens are going to the Select Board looking for answers for questions that they had and police protocols to help understand what happened in this murder investigation. And the chief was there and called out 3 people who were other board members who were speaking out and said that they were potentially criminals. And that's not true. And that's another method to try to silence people. Michael Morrissey's account on 825, he gave the speech. And beyond me, I don't know how he could have given a speech that completely contradicted the court filings in what he said. And then we have fake media accounts by some of the wives and whoever involved in this attacking good citizens. We had the Select Board stop hearing public comments to quiet us, to silence us. We said no. What did we do? We used our voices. We went to the town hall. We took out a petition for a special town meeting, and we had audience with them. They refused audience with us.
All we wanted was to meet. They refused, so we got a special town meeting. But when we got the special town meeting, that wasn't good enough. They had to look at the petition and tell us that a signature or two was forged. But there's no evidence
Wow.
of that. We believe it's probably somebody in the family who signed for their other family members. But made a big deal about that. One thing I forgot to mention is the 4 threatening letters that 4 women got, myself included. I now have a security system on my house. And that was sent to us to silence us. All these things are sent to silence us. Why do we have to be silenced if the truth says that Karen Reed did this? Because the truth is Karen Reed did not do this. And so when all of that stuff failed, the next resort was to charge TurtleBoy on October 11th, Aiden, on felony charges for simply trying to interview witnesses. You want to call them witnesses? They can call them witnesses. We think that based on the facts that we know, that they are criminal conspirators. But, you know, if they want to call witnesses, go ahead. But that's not a reason to charge Aiden. And they also took his words out of context. Who should be arrested for fragments of sentences that they said? Everything was taken out of context.
What an understatement. I mean, all respect to Rita, of course, but what an understatement. Like, taken out of context. Like, that's factual, but I feel like it crosses the barrier into lies, you know? Like, when you look at those fucking those charging documents on TurtleBoy, it's the fucking bullshit. Just straight bullshit, dude. There's no other way to put it. Like, there's no other way to put it. It's just straight bullshit. Horse shit. But you gotta love Rita for being classy, man. Because I'd have went up there and just been cussing. I'd probably gotten so mad and fired up. But that's exactly why. Yeah, totally intentionally deceptive, TurtleBoy. Absolutely. Intentionally deceptive. Absolutely. I mean, but it's just so funny. It's like not only do they minimize the intelligence of these people, these beautiful people that are gathering here for this, but they're minimizing the intelligence of a jury who hasn't even been selected yet. Like that blows my mind. They're minimizing the intelligence of a jury that hasn't even been selected yet. Like, a jury isn't going to fucking look at the evidence and go, okay, well, there's timestamps, right? You know what I mean? There's video titles and there's timestamps here. And that clearly does not say what these charge documents say he said. It's mind-blowing.
Out of context to silence him. And I even heard there was a party with about 40 people when they thought they silenced him. They did not silence him. We get stronger. When they try to silence us, we grow. We just grow. Okay? And when that was in effect, we all quit. And then, right after the special town meeting, and people were intimidated to go to the special town meeting. And right after the special town
right, exactly, Tom TC. See, that's why TurtleBoy's the journalist and I'm not.
meeting, people who protested, 9 people protesting outside D&E Pizza right down the street, just holding signs, just like you and I right now, have been summoned to court for felony charges for protesting for a new interpretation of Massachusetts law. So we cannot allow this new interpretation of Massachusetts law to stand. It jeopardizes our freedom of speech. When you have witnesses.
Oh, I got a troll.
That are really potentially not witnesses, they're more than witnesses, then you cannot bend that interpretation to fit the scenario that you're looking for. You just can't do it. So that's what I have to say right now. And so what I'm hoping we all do is we line the streets, we show our signs, and we get loud.
Hell yeah.
All right, Jacob. And do not fight back. Kill them with kindness. Kill them with kindness. Okay? Kill them with kindness. We are peaceful. Every single one of us. And we remain peaceful. Okay, and Tracy. Anyways, thank you all. And listen, I just want to applaud the parents who brought their younger children. This is for you guys. We are doing this for the next generation. We want you to live in a free country. We want you to be able to use your voices. And this is an awesome lesson for all of you. So thank you all for coming.
Rita.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, Rita. And that's great parenting, by the way. I just want to let everyone. Hi, Paul. I just want to let everyone know that Meredith, one of the Canton 9, has she brought, well, she's not here, but she brought the ornaments for Free Karen Reed, Free TurtleBoy, and Free Canton 9. They're all over there. So if you want to buy some, they're over there. Also, QR codes, don't forget, for donations. These legal fees are really big. And there's also a little jar for spare change. Real quick, I want to bring up Jessica. Where's Jessica? She's Canton number 10. She's the only one that did not get summoned because of what was on her sign, believe it or not. Ready, Jess? There she is.
Hello, random fucking citizens. Here we are. That's right. I'm back. All right. So my name is Jessica Sween. I'm one of the 10 Cantons. I'm not here to speak on behalf of Canton 9. I'm actually here to speak. Can you hear me now? Yeah. All right. I'm back. Woo! Woo! All right. So I'm here because my name is Jessica Sween. I am one of 10 of the Canton. I'm not here to talk about the Canton 9. I'm here to speak to them directly. Eyes on me, guys. We're here for you. We are going to sit here and we're going to fight for you. All these people, you see them? I know you're watching on my live. I see. All these people right here, they're for you. We're here for you. And we ain't going to stop. We have no quit. And we are not giving up. Woo! 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 I'll be at every court date, every text message, every phone call. I will answer. And I will not give up on you guys. Yes. Let's do this. Yeah. Zoom in on the hat. Justice is coming. Yeah. Yes. Let's do this. Woo!
Tracy. I'm not a speaker. Where's Paula, Tracy? I don't do this. Rita, come in. Tell a joke. All
right, let's see your sign. Show your signs. Oh, look at this. Oh, Whoopi, I love it. Oh my God, this is so great. Oh my God, awesome. All right, now where's Dan? Where we got? Oh, Tracy. Here's Tracy.
Very busy, very busy. We got a big line over there for the ornaments. Thank you so much, you guys. Let's see, Mike. What do you think? Mike Cropper, the Young Jacks.
Wow, thank you. I don't have too much words, but the support is what matters here. This I've been involved in a lot of campaigns over the years, whether they be politics or for cannabis or other issues. I've never seen anything like this in 25 years. You guys is what the difference is. TurtleBoy and you guys. So I just want to hear for you, all of you. Let's hear for the Canton residents first. Will Brady stood up?
For those of you who don't know, that's Mike from the Young Jerks. He was in chat earlier. Has a great channel.
Yeah. Let's hear it for TurtleBoy. Yeah. And let's hear it for the Canton 9 especially. And Carrie too. She didn't take the credit. And most of all, like there's a lot of us, like me, from out of town. They say, well, our voices don't matter because we're from out of town. This affects everybody in Massachusetts. If you live in a city or town in Massachusetts, if you are on Twitter, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Facebook.
Absolutely. And it also affects everyone in this country, Mike. Everyone in the United States. It absolutely affects everyone. So thank you for pointing that out, man.
Facebook group. If you run a live streaming podcast like I do, this affects you. I have a say. I matter. All of our voices matter. So let's hear it for everybody who has been stepping up on this. Yeah, our voices matter. Our voices matter.
Our voices matter. Our voices matter. Our voices matter. Our voices matter. Our voices matter.
And I also want to point out, like, so many people have been stepping up with the fundraising, like Nick Rocco, Jenna Rocco. I could go on and on and on. Meredith. I mean, I'm going to miss people. That's why I don't want to say a lot of names today. But there's so many of you who stepped up. People in Canton, again, I got to mention, like, the O'Donnells, the two O'Donnell women's. Yeah. And Rita. Let's hear for Rita. And all the Canton residents who have stood up and spoke at these select board meetings. Showing up. Yeah, Angela. You know what we're talking about. Jennifer. The two Jennifers. So many of them. So that's all I want to leave it on. Yeah, let Tom. Think of shows. I see Dubs here. There's all kinds of shows here, too. The Galera. Who else? Kathleen Howley.
LTL.
I could keep going. LTL. Yes. There's so many people who are stepping up.
Oh, man. I didn't even hear that shout out before. Man, that's awesome. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that, man.
So that's all I want to leave it on. Let's just do three things. Continue to get the word out. Bring you more people next time. And make sure we continue to fundraise. Free TurtleBoy, free the Canton 9, and free Karen Reed. Keep funding those defense funds. That makes a difference, too. That's the biggest thing you can do. All we can do, we're not trying to solve something. It's already been solved. This guy over here solved it. We're trying to support it. Just keep supporting. Support, support, support. Let's hear it for all the support. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Let's get a shout out. Woo! Let's give a shout out to not our bloggers, our investigative journalists online, our YouTube friends. Speaking of, let's bring up Dubs, Aaron from Unsafe Spaces.
Jesus God.
Yeah, this I let me be abundantly clear. I do not claim to be a journalist. I'm just a guy with a YouTube channel, and I'm proud of what I'm seeing, man. And I'm just like grateful for it. I'm grateful to like just this is inspiring to me. That's all this is for me. It's just a lot of inspiration. And I feel like everyone should be seeing this, and this is why I'm covering it. So I appreciate you guys, but no, I'm no journalist. Not in any way, shape, or form. I don't claim to be.
I'm short. Can you see me now? What's up, everybody? Holy shit. I never thought there would be 3 people who would listen to what I have to say. And how many of them are you? How many people are here? Raise your sides. Yell. Yell. All right. I don't have anything. All I have to say is I don't get to talk much on our show. Dave usually takes all the words right out of my mouth. But I guess all I have to say while I'm up here is that the First Amendment is what makes this country awesome. And I think we need to keep standing up, keep raising your voices, because that's the only way that anyone's going to listen to anything that we have to say. So keep it loud, keep it proud. And justice for Karen, justice for the Canton 9, justice for John. Let's go, guys. Thanks, Dad.
That's all right.
Oh. Hey, everybody. Guess who's watching? Angela O'Donnell. Say hello. She rocks. She was the first woman to get up in front of the select board and speak her mind. Looking for answers, asking questions. Chrissy, where'd you go? Oh. All right. How you feel? You feel good? Thanks, everyone, again for coming out. Let's bring up Tom. Tom DeRosa, ladies and gentlemen.
Now I wish I could hear this whole thing. This live stream ends in a minute here because something happened with the signal here, but I wish I could hear Tom's whole speech.
Yeah, I'm short here. So they talk about that comedian. I'm the one that you don't even remember. So I wrote down some stuff, and this is important, and especially to all the young kids here. There's 3 girls that were 10 years old. They need to hear this. 1791, they made an amendment. December 15th, it was the first amendment that was adopted. It's our civil rights. Gives us a freedom of religion. Gives us the freedom of assembly. We're allowed to do this. It gives us the freedom of the press and the right to protest peacefully, which we've been doing from day one. This is all about Karen Reed. It's all about showing the world what wrong is and what right is going to look like.
I mean, facts. I love everything Tom is saying here, man. I absolutely love it.
This guy is unfucking believable.
Facts, Christopher Walken.
George Washington said, if freedom of speech is taken away, the dumb and silent may be led like sheep to the slaughter. The Supreme Court themselves said the First Amendment freedoms are the most in danger when the government seeks to control thought or justify its laws for impermissible ends. That's what's happening here. They're taking the laws and they're making them fit their ends. That is wrong.
The dog even agrees.
Just so everyone knows, I spoke to a lady.
All right, yeah, it ends there. Now, I'm gonna go over a couple of other things here. Now, real quick. Now I'm going to take a quick break real quick. Give me just 1 second. And yeah, give me just 1 second here. All right. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate that. Give me just 1 second. Let me pull this up here. Because we can't neglect. We can't neglect old like we can't neglect old Plevin. This is very important that we don't neglect Plevin. I can't even talk about this guy at this point without laughing. To me, it's very, very funny. It's just very, very funny. Real quick, hold on. Oh man, I gotta find it though. Here we go. Hold on a second. I can't even think about this without laughing. One more time. Oh my god, dude. That shit fucking kills me, dude, every fucking time. Let's real quick. I decided to start following this dude on Twitter. And we got to look at some of his tweets here because this shit is very, very funny to me. Hold on. Hold on. Look at this is what somebody posted as a reply on Twitter here. Just this still. Oh my fucking god. Plevin, you're killing me, bro. All right. So this is like a response to, let's see. So he puts this tweet up, right? It fucking kills me, dude. Yeah, how does he do that? That's amazing. That's fucking amazing. I didn't even know that could be done. So he writes, did his fans notice the switcheroo? This was predicted months ago. He knows Karen Reed is guilty, but the grift goes on, right? Of course, he hashtags the Karen Reed, right? How can he keep it going? Look at the shirt. It was never really about Karen, and certainly not now. I don't think very many people involved still think. Hold on. Sorry, I lost it because involved still think that she's innocent. For some, it's about the social benefit. For others, it's about sticking it to the establishment. At least for these types, they convince themselves she's innocent, but for others, they only pretend to believe. For them, it's all about the grift. I find that hilarious. And he makes this meme, the grift. You can fool people. You can fool some of the people all of the time, which I don't even fucking know what the fuck that means. And then Brian Brewer says, pointless. Delete your account. And then he says, I'm really having a hard time believing you actually passed the bar. Then again, Wendy did, but your posts are invariably so lightweight. I'm ready for your debate anytime you are. And I really hope Brian does this. We've DM'd a couple times, me and Brian. And he has particular hangups about it. But I assure you it's not out of fear of Yellow Cottage Tales. And it's not out of fear of being proven wrong. It's nothing of that sort. It's actually coming from a very, very, very good place. But I mean, I'm telling him like, dude, fuck that, just do it. You know what I mean? I'm down to do it. I'm totally down to fucking debate this guy. And I would love to like see an attorney debate him with straight facts. Like the arrogance that he thinks that he can debate an attorney on these issues is just comedy to me. It tells me everything I need to know about this guy. So it says here, Brian responds, Kevin, have you figured out yet or checked with your imaginary sources why Cert wasn't called back after the first time or the second time or the third time or the fourth time or the fifth time that Proctor found more taillight pieces at one of his quote unquote scenes? Hold on, let me give that a like. And then he goes on to say, Dave McGrath has been trying to set up a debate between us, but I'd rather just mute him at this point than lend him an air of legitimacy. And I guess he's talking about Plevin here and not David McGrath. I guess he was responding to somebody else, whose comment I can't see here. And my comment here is just simple. You know, you do understand that the protest today was specifically about the Canton 9 and TurtleBoy being wrongfully arrested, right? Not about Kieran Reed this time, at least not entirely. I should have elaborated there, but not entirely about Kieran Reed this time. The hoodie was appropriate. It was absolutely appropriate. You know, I mean, that's what they were there to do. They were there to protest the injustice behind why TurtleBoy was arrested and why the Canton 9 were arrested. Simple. It's not that hard to figure out, bro. Like it's plain as day. Every time it's even been brought up on any other live stream, on any social media platform, it's been said that it is about the Canton 9 and TurtleBoy being wrongfully arrested. I don't know what's hard for him to understand about this. This guy, look at this guy. It's very funny to me. Oh, y'all are too much fucking fun, man. I swear. Y'all are great. And so Super Proctor, who I love very much, has this clip.
All that other stuff is just, well, stuff. All that other stuff is just, well, stuff.
Stuff equals stuff, guys.
All that other stuff is just, well, stuff.
One more time for the people.
All that other
in the
stuff is
back.
just, well, stuff. All that other stuff is just, well, stuff. All that other stuff is just, well, stuff. All that other stuff is just, well,
bro,
stuff.
I could watch you
All
guys
that other stuff is just, well,
troll
stuff.
this guy all
All that
day,
other
bro.
stuff is just, well, stuff.
You guys,
all that other stuff is just, well, stuff.
The best shit I ever did.
All that other stuff is just,
The
well,
best shit I ever did was follow this guy on Twitter.
stuff. All that other stuff is just, well, stuff. All that other stuff is just, well, stuff. All that other stuff.
Excuse me while I giggle,
just,
guys.
Well, stuff. All.
Oh my god, dude! Look at all of this. This is just so much fun. Chloe Albert, look at look at this shit, dude. This shit is so much. I could just watch you guys troll this guy all fucking day. Oh my god, it's so much fun. Wow. Let's check out some more stuff here. Let me hold on. Let's check out his Twitter real quick, because I haven't even really looked at it. I was saving it for this. Does this guy, I mean, he put the whole 2-hour thing. It says here, I'm posting this link below to the blog of the Celebrite expert where he posts the timestamps. My God, there's in no way any sane person can read this and think he is testifying for the defense. What are people drinking? Can I have a sip? Don't trust my interpretation. Read it yourself. Don't read it like a nutty turtle writer trying to pluck a half sentence which you think supports the defense. It doesn't take a deep dive to understand this post. But before I paste in some excerpts, did you really think the prosecution expert was going to come in and help the defense? Did you really think that? Jesus. Okay, dude, I already know. Look, I love that I have to explain this. When people say that the prosecution's expert is going to help the defense, it doesn't mean literally that he's going to try to help the defense. It means that the prosecution's expert is so fucking clueless that it's going to help the defense. Pretty much everything involving this case, as far as evidence, is going to help the defense. At least the information made available to us, at least the evidence that's been made available to the public, is absolutely going to help the defense. You dummy. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I mean, I'm trying real hard, bro. Like, I tried really hard to take this guy seriously. And then every time, like, I picture this guy's thought process, it's basically all that is. So the blog asks questions about whether timestamp in a Safari tab is accurate. Let's use the words of expert Ian Whiffen. The timestamp value is being mistakenly used as the indication of the visit time of the URLs. Okay. So the analysis begins with the conclusion. It's the second sentence, but somehow turtlets are missing it. Perhaps they aren't sure what mistakenly means. The timestamp does not indicate the actual visit time of the URL. And that includes the time a Google search. He follows with a question the dishonest blah, blah, blah sees on. And why wouldn't it be? We have record with the URL page title and timestamp. It even called last visit time. It makes perfect sense. But then he answers the question, except that's not what the database is used for. Now, what's really funny is I was in this guy's chat and I was like thinking, like, I mean, he explains. Now, maybe I'm missing something. I know he'll say so, but he explains that the timestamp doesn't mean the timestamp. So what the fuck is a timestamp for? That's the logic I can't get past. Again, maybe I'm missing something because I don't know shit about Google searches and phone data. I'm not an expert on that shit. I have no idea how Celebrite works. But if a timestamp is the timestamp, then it's the fucking timestamp, unless I'm missing something. But he's sitting there telling me, and people in his chat are telling me that the timestamp is not a timestamp. What do you mean it's not a timestamp? How is it not a fucking timestamp? Like, if every other fucking case uses Celebrite and every other expert evaluates Celebrite when they sit on the stand to testify in a trial and they point out a timestamp, why all of a sudden in this case does a timestamp not mean a timestamp? I don't understand. It makes that makes zero sense to me. I mean, it's just a bunch of fucking word salad. Like, you're not going to sit there and make me, and give me a fucking 2-page fucking speech on timestamps when the simple fucking answer is a timestamp means a fucking timestamp. That's what a timestamp is. It marks the time that something happened. If it's a search, then it's a search. Oh no. Oh my God. Calamity Jade.
I think we got a super cat. Super cat. I think think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Dad, 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 dad. I think we got a super dad.
Thank you, Calamity Jade. I appreciate it. Otherwise, a psychic phone, right? What? Oh my god, dude. Like I just you're not gonna sit there and fucking give me some long speech about how water's not wet. That makes no fucking sense, dude. You're not gonna sit there and try to convince me that water's not wet because some dickhead fucking made this whole post explaining how water's not wet. I mean, I don't want to hear that shit. To me, I mean, actually, let me not use that analogy. I'm not even going to do that. But then he says something about how the timestamp explains how it marks a previous search. That's what he said. Previous, right? I said water. I said water, Sherry. Shut up. Anyway, but doesn't previous mean previous? Wouldn't that be more incriminating? Because the only thing to me, the prosecution's argument is going to be that even though the timestamp states it was at 2:27 in the morning or whatever the time it was in the morning, right? But the prosecution's trying to say, no, it happened, closer to 6 a.m. when Karen Reed apparently or allegedly told Jen McCabe to search how long to die in the cold while they were hauling John O'Keefe off to the hospital in the ambulance. Now, I mean, but if your argument is that it's a previous search, isn't that more incriminating? I mean, again, maybe I'm misunderstanding this explanation because to me, it's a bunch of fucking word salad. To me, a timestamp means a fucking timestamp, period. Like, since when does a timestamp not mean a timestamp? Like, let me hold on a second. Let me do something real quick. And I'm gonna. I don't know if I could find this. I'm gonna try to find this, but there was some there was an old explanation, and I have to find out, like, because there was somebody talking. There was Coffindoffer, and then there was Mike King, who I actually like a lot. But Mike King from Profiling Evil, who's a criminal profiler, he didn't say much. He kind of went the safe route. But I'm trying to find the clip, and I know I watched it on YouTube, where they explain that there's somebody who explains what the prosecution's trying to say about the timestamp. And trying to narrow down the search here. And there's the FBI thing. Sorry, guys. Give me a second because I'm trying to find. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I think this is it. Here we go. Here we go. I found it. Thank you for your patience, guys. Give me 1 second here. This is fascinating.
Fact that the defense was alleging here. And that fact was about a Google search that was done. Alan Jackson, okay, the attorney for Karen Reed, was on our program. The defense team was on our program and talked to us. And I asked them about this Google search. Here's what they said.
Why is Jennifer McCabe one of the parties that was inside the house that night, the sister-in-law of Brian Albert? Why was she Google searching? How long does it take for a human body to die in the cold? The Apple Cocoa Core data indicates, or the core time indicates exactly what time that Google search occurred. That time was at 2:27 and 40 seconds in the morning on January 29th. That's 3.5 hours before John O'Keefe's body was found.
Okay, that's powerful, right? You could see why that would strike people and say, well, wait a minute. Why are you Googling that if the body hasn't been found? Obviously, these people are up to no good inside the party. So it all has to do with this timestamp. And it seems like this is going to be fought inside the courtroom, what the actual timestamp is, because prosecutors are not agreeing with that time. Take a look here. This is the Commonwealth's memorandum that they filed. And what they've said about this whole issue is that the Commonwealth ran Ms. McCabe's phone through a Celebrite reader that was created on May 4th, 2022. The defense expert used Celebrite Physical Analyzer version 7.61.0.12, a newer updated version of the software utilized to download said material. The purportedly incriminating search in question does not appear in the downloaded material using the earlier version of the software and therefore was not in the earlier extraction. Okay, so there they are explaining why they didn't have this information about the 227 search because they used a different software. The defense used a better version of it than the prosecution used, right? Well, here we go. The updated version of Celebrite that was not in existence at the time of the troopers' initial download does show such a search. And here's where the whole battle's going to be fought. However, the Google search, how long to die in the cold, did not occur at 2:27 and 40 seconds a.m. This is the prosecution disputing that time. How on earth? Why is it not like black and white? Why are we now fighting in the gray area when it comes to the time of a Google search? Let me bring in a special guest joining us, Jennifer Coffindale from Jacksonville, Florida, retired FBI special agent and an expert in cell phone searches. Jennifer, great to see you. Thank you for being with us. Why on earth? We all have these phones. We've had them for years. I've watched a million trials. Why would there be experts saying different things about the time that a search is done on a phone? How is that possible?
Well, how it's possible is essentially at that time, the 227 mark, she opened up a Google search, if you will, and that search was for actually basketball, ozone, a scoreboard. So now she's Googling, and then she also actually watches a video. Anyway, that window was essentially open. So the timestamp is from the earlier time that it was opened. And so later, when she's with Karen Reed, who is asking her, please, Google this. How long can a body, be outside in the cold before they die, essentially? Then she Googles it. So the stamp is registering from when that window, if you will, was originally open.
Okay, let me make sure I got this because you explained it very well. She picks up her phone.
Did she?
2:27 and 40 seconds a.m. is searching something about sports. Maybe goes to sleep, leaves the phone alone. Later that morning, picks up her phone again, and in the same search bar in the same window, does the search for dying in the cold, and when you extract the information, it goes back to the prior search because it's the same window.
Exactly.
Now, is this common knowledge? Is this common knowledge, or could experts disagree about this and create? You extract the information again, and in the same search.
I want to understand this better. Hold on.
She picks up her phone. 2:27 and 40 seconds a.m. is searching something about sports. Maybe goes to sleep, leaves the phone alone. Later that morning, picks up her phone again, and in the same search bar in the same window, does the search for dying in the cold. And when you extract the information, it goes back to the prior search because it's the same window.
Exactly.
Is this common knowledge? Is this common knowledge, or could?
Okay. Bullshit. I call bullshit up. Now, I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert on Celebrite. I'm not an expert on Google searches. I don't necessarily know how they work. I'm not going to sit here and dispute that. But at the same time, it just doesn't seem, I mean, if that's the case, then why the fuck is Celebrite used? How is phone data even considered accurate evidence in literally every other recent trial when it's used as evidence to convict somebody? It makes no sense to me that in this case it's got this this exception to the rule. Like, if it's that inaccurate and there's that major flaw in Google searching and Celebrite data, if there's that much, then that would mean that people could have been wrongly convicted. And that, based on that information, you could go back and you could overturn convictions in the past. At least that's the impression I'm getting. If it's that fucking broad and that general, then how is phone data even used in court to convict someone? It makes no sense to me. How can you not pinpoint timestamps? How can you actually pinpoint a timestamp if it's that general and that broad? It makes no sense. But now all of a sudden, this case, there's a difference in how it works. In this case, well, no, you can't really go by that because they left the window open. I mean, I'm gonna have to look into this. I'm gonna have to do a little homework on Celebrite uses, on Celebrite data in past cases. It just makes no sense. And I'm gonna start with something as simple as the Letitia Stout trial. I'm gonna start with that because I streamed that trial from beginning to end, and I'm gonna go back. And I'm gonna look into, because I know that there was a cell phone data expert that testified there, and I know that there was Google searches there, and I know that there were timestamps on that case, and I want to know, and I know that Celebrite was used in that case. So, seriously, these are arguments Jen's defense attorney at her trial should be making, not the prosecutor in Kara Reed's case, right? Good point. Yeah, this is, I mean, and nobody's paying attention to like the fact that everybody has fucking hired, all the witnesses have hired criminal attorneys. I've never even seen that shit before. All these witnesses have hired criminal attorneys. Why? I mean, I'll even back them up in the argument of, dude, like I'm gonna hire an attorney if my name, if I even fucking smell my name on a court document in a criminal case and I have the means, I'm hiring a lawyer for sure. But at the same time, you know, you can't dispute the fact that I've just never seen a case where there's a shit ton of fucking witnesses who all hire criminal attorneys. And why did Jen McCabe file a motion to not have to testify? Why wouldn't she jump to the opportunity? Why wouldn't Jen McCabe jump to the opportunity to testify with the opportunity to get justice for her friend? Wasn't John O'Keefe her friend? Didn't their kids have play dates together and shit? Wasn't she the one that was texting with him all night and calling him back and forth all night to get him at this party? And then she's not willing to testify against a person who she has no dog in the fight as far as protecting her. She didn't know her. That wasn't her friend. Why wouldn't she help convict the person who she thinks is responsible for her friend's death? The only thing I'm thinking is fear. Fear. Just pure fear. Why did Proctor file for a motion to not have his tech analyzed, to not have his phone analyzed? What are they hiding? Why would they hide that? Why would the lead investigator have this problem? Why wouldn't the lead investigator go, hey, why not? Here, fucking look at it. I don't give a shit. Nothing in there that's not involving the case could be used against him, I don't think, right? Unless it's directly involved in the case that he's testifying at, then why? As far as I know, these motions were filed before TurtleBoy was arrested. Stoop Kid, as far as I know. Now, I may have my shit mixed up. There's a lot of shit involving this case. I may have my shit mixed up. I'm willing to entertain that possibility.
Could experts disagree about this and create all this gray area? Because Alan Jackson was adamant that it was a 227 search.
Well, he needs it to be. He needs it to be at 227 for this conspiracy theory to hold some sort of water. But the fact is, it wasn't. And not only are there going to be experts that lay this out much more eloquently than I did and explain in very technical terms how this can happen, there's also going to be Jennifer McCabe's testimony and well explaining why she searched at a later time.
That's fascinating. I expect, though, that the defense is going to have an expert to say something else, right? That's what happens in trials. Of course. Have you ever seen this issue come up before?
I haven't seen this exact issue come up before. Oftentimes, it's the Google search that is what does come up, and the timestamp really isn't that important. In this case, it's going to be important when that search happened.
What? How is the dude? Dude, in every case, like, okay, right there. Coffindoffer, I'm gonna just go ahead and call you a fucking idiot. How in the fuck is a timestamp not important in a Google search? They're always important. What do you mean a time of a search is never important? There's something called a timeline. They would not even admit these searches into evidence unless you can track when they were fucking made. They would never even admit these searches into evidence unless you could track the time that they were made, because they fit into a timeline in some way, shape, or form. But now the prosecution is trying to say, oh, well, the timestamp doesn't mean the timestamp. Of course it does. I mean, you sit there and dress this shit up all you want, but this is the first time I've ever heard an expert, quote unquote, say that a timestamp on a Google search doesn't matter in a criminal case, when it absolutely fucking does every single time.
Because nobody's denying that the search happened. They're denying when it happened.
All right, Jennifer Coffindoffer. I mean, fantastic job. Laid out very simply. I just hope a jury can understand all this. Appreciate your time tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
That's why I get pissed off at Vinny, bro. There's times where I want to like Vinny. I do. But when he sits there and says shit like this to somebody who is clearly a fucking moron, it's frustrating. It's really annoying.
Me.
All right, let's bring back in our other guests, Mike King, Joseph Scott Morgan, Melissa Pinkleton. Mike King, do you agree? Because when I spoke with Alan Jackson, he was like adamant. 2, 27, and 40. I'm like, okay, I would think it'd be pretty straightforward. Whatever the time is, it is. But it seems like it's not as clear. At least there's a little room for the defense to try to wiggle in here.
And this is always heartbreaking because I really like Mike King. Like he's supposedly, like, in real life, he's a really, really nice guy. And I mean, and he's a career criminal profiler, and then when I hear this kind of shit, I'm just like, God damn it, Mike, fuck.
Yeah, but I think they're going to forensically be able to prove, and Jennifer's right on. I mean, when that tab is opened up, it sends a message to the right activity log. It's called the wall. We see it actually in the court documents, and that activity is logged and it's chronologically kept. The challenge becomes that last search before. And it isn't deleting a file. I don't know how everybody else is, but I swipe my folders or my files off when I'm done using them. In essence, I guess they're deleting that file, but it doesn't mean that they're purposely trying to get rid of something. But the important thing is, the reason this hasn't been seen before, Vinny, is because the technology wasn't there. That state investigator did it right. He analyzed the data right. Then the defense did it right, but they did it with a newer version that actually extrapolated.
I mean, if that's the argument, come on, Mike, you're smarter than this, bro. You're way smarter than me, dude. Like way, way, way smarter than me. But I mean, again, you're not going to sit here and convince me that fucking water isn't wet, dude. That the sky's not blue on a clear day. You're not going to convince me of that. I mean, you're telling me you're sitting here and you're trying to convince me that the updated version, prior to the updated version, that timestamps don't matter. That would mean how many people were wrongfully convicted based on what do you call it? The goddamn, I already Celebrite. based on the Celebrite technology. How many people were wrongfully convicted in the past? If the argument is it's not the updated version, then I mean that would mean that the old version put away a lot of fucking innocent people. I mean, is that supposed to be fucking funny? Because it's not funny to me. That's a scary, scary thought. That is a scary thought.
More data deeper into the system, and they're going to be able to show, and I think recreate that very same thing to prove how that happens in the right activity log through that SQLite server. And it's a bunch of technical mumbo jumbo that I spent a week studying and trying to understand how that happened. But it all makes sense to me now that I started to see this thing lay out. And again, I think that's going to create a challenge when compiled with all of the other pieces of evidence that's going to make it really difficult.
All right, Justice Scott Moore, can you, obviously you can, but what's the answer to the question? How long does it take to die in the cold?
Well, it's dependent upon the rate at which the external temperature drops and the internal temperature drops concurrently, and it is an agonizing death. And you know, it's also exacerbated by someone that has sustained massive trauma. Okay, so you can have someone that has multiple skull fractures, for instance, in this victim's case, that has maybe agonal respirations that's just barely hanging on, and they would be prone to total system failure, as it's referred to, or massive organ failure that would lead to their death. And it's kind of a very passive way, I think, of bringing about a death if one were inclined to do it this way, you know, where you've got exposure. And there's any number of cases that are out there for hundreds of years where people have been left to the elements, if you will. But you add this extra layer on of this massive trauma that this man has sustained. That's why it's going to be very important to listen very carefully to what the forensic pathologist has to say. And they'll also have charts, probably from the National Weather Service, that are going to pinpoint what the temperature was like in that particular environment. And they'll explain this. And, you know, it's not going to be quite as involved as the digital data, but it is going to be involved. And people on the jury will have to listen very closely, because if the prosecution is putting forth this idea that cold was used as a method of killing, it's going to take some explaining and selling.
All right, we've got more to get to. When we come back, we're going to talk about the tail light. The tail light, was it this
now I'm stuck.
accident? Was it the murder that broke the tail light?
Yeah, now I gotta hear what these people say about the fucking taillight. I gotta hear
Karen Reed's car. That's next.
On Tuesday, March 3rd, 2020, Sydney killed her best friend, her mother.
The shock remains in this Wallhaven neighborhood of Akron.
ATV.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys' patience while I was looking for this video, but I'm glad I found it relatively quick.
11 people have given statements that they did not see John O'Keefe enter the home at 34 Fairview that night. 0 people have said that they saw him enter the home. 0. No one. Conspiracy theories are not evidence. The idea that multiple police department, EMTs, fire personnel, the medical examiner, and prosecuting agencies are joining.
Bro, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, you're terrible. You're fucking terrible, dude.
Ooh, you suck. And I'm taking it by vast conspiracy should be seen for what it is. Completely contrary to the evidence and a desperate attempt to reassign guilt.
Not happy. That's the DA. Not happy with what's happening up there. Like I told you, all those protests, everything else. Imagine what's going on social media.
Now,
you know?
and keep in mind that this is all prior. This is all prior to it becoming public knowledge that that particular person's office, who we just heard talking, is under federal investigation. And nobody seems to want to acknowledge this. Nobody seems to want to acknowledge the fact that this person that we just saw running his mouth and his fucking neck flapping as he was talking is under federal investigation for corruption. Nobody wants to acknowledge this. I mean, it's very fascinating to me. But again, this was prior to this becoming public knowledge. So keep that in mind, folks.
You know, relative to this case. So he's dismissing the conspiracy and released that statement in response to everything that's happening up in Massachusetts. So here's the DA talking about,
of course, he's
significant pieces of evidence in this case. And we're talking about that tail light and glass that was found at the scene. Take a listen.
The damages to the right rear corner panel of the defendant's vehicle. Embedded within the bumper to that vehicle is pieces of cocktail glass. The victim, Mr. O'Keefe, is last observed on surveillance video, external surveillance video from the waterfall establishment that he left just prior to going to 34 Fairview, with a cocktail glass in his right hand. Same arm that's injured, same type of glass that is then recovered from the bumper of the defendant's car.
Excuse me. Sorry about that. So what I'm wondering here is how's that cocktail glass get embedded in the bumper? Is it from being struck, from being murdered? She's backing the car up and hits him. He's got the cocktail glass and it breaks and gets embedded in the bumper. That's what prosecutors are saying. Take a look here. This is where they also found some of this cocktail-style glass. They located a broken cocktail-style glass and multiple patches of red that appeared to be blood in the vicinity of where the body had been located. The Canton officers secured the glass and 6 blood samples from the snow as evidence in this case.
Now, when this is over, folks, I'm going to play you guys a recording. You're going to find very interesting. So I know it's getting late. I'm not going to be on for very much longer, but I am going to play a recording that you guys are going to find very interesting that a lot of you have already heard, but I have not played yet on this channel that I remember, but I'm going to play it.
Remember what the DA said at the top, vast conspiracy. So Melissa Pinkleton, still with us along with Joseph Scott Morgan and Mike King. Melissa, this conspiracy would include, I guess, Canton police officers covering up for the Boston police officers who were inside the house by taking that cocktail glass and embedding it into a bumper.
Seems reasonable, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. Not all these people are risking their lives and their careers to protect this woman. And
wait. Take us behind the blue wall. So are you saying that a Canton police officer is not going to put his career, his pension, or her pension on the line to protect a brother in blue from the Boston PD?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I'm saying. 1,000%. Not going to happen.
Okay. Joseph Scott Morgan, does the impact of the car, is that going to be enough? Like the picture I'm getting here is John O'Keefe with his cocktail glass getting out of the car, and then she's backing up and trying to kill him, and I guess striking the glass, and that's going to end up embedded in the taillight? Or the bumper?
Yeah, in the bumper. I think what I would like to see, I would want to know what the data is revealed per the examination of this. You know, the police or the prosecutors identifying this as embedded glass. First off, I want to know how deeply it was embedded. I want to know how they came to the conclusion that it is the same glass that they may have found remnant of on the ground. Because that is possible. You know, we study things like the fracturing of glass in forensics. I'd like to know from an elemental level how those things marry up and what testing they did in order to facilitate that. As far as the embedding goes, that's a very dynamic.
I agree with them on that. I want to see the fucking data. This is what I can't wait for trial for, because these people have such, they're so sure of their case. The prosecution, the Commonwealth is so sure of their case that they supposedly have all this data. I agree with this man. I want to see the data.
Dynamic event that you're talking about. Now, I've seen all manner of things where people are struck by cars, for instance, and imprints of cars left on bodies. And conversely, I've seen bits of tissue. I've also seen bits of items that are contained on bodies. I've seen buttons buried into bumpers before that have torn away from the clothing of an individual, zipper marks, that sort of thing. So what's really important is not necessarily who's to blame or whatever, but is it scientifically explainable? I think is the most important thing here, and that you stick with the facts, because this is a big piece of evidence immediately.
Absolutely. All right. Mike King, chomping at the bit, by the way, as I'm talking to Melissa, talking to Joseph, I see him chomping at the bit. I got 2 more things I want to share with you, Mike, and then hear from you. This is a Boston 25 report from September 8th. So it's from Boston 25. In Karen Reed's Thursday motion filed in the state court, her attorneys say it's hard to believe that there was no security camera installed at the Canton home. The motion includes grand jury testimony where the homeowner, Brian Albert, a police officer, said he received what he thought was a Nest camera for Christmas, but it was not installed. So the defense is saying, really, you don't have security camera at your house? And then take a listen here to David Yannetti on my show talking about the tail light.
The taillight was intact when she left Brian Albert's house. She came home, and this was Karen leaving to begin the frantic search for John O'Keefe. Now, I don't know that you can see it from the video that you have there, but there is no doubt that when that SUV comes into contact with what is John O'Keefe's vehicle parked in the driveway, you can see that rear tire move forward. It rotates, and you also see the light, that rear tire move forward.
Okay, now I'm looking at this, and I'm not seeing the tail light broken. Now, if this thing broke into how many pieces? Somebody in chat, tell me how many pieces they say this tail light broke into, because I remember it being a lot, but I don't have an exact number. So if somebody in chat knows, please type it in chat. 35 pieces or 36 pieces. Okay. Let's just say, give or take 35, 36. That's moot. 37. Okay. But let's say over 30 pieces of this fucking taillight. Does that taillight look like it's broken in 30 fucking pieces? Does that taillight look like it's broken in 4 pieces, 5 pieces? I mean, and if it broke, that was the only evidence that we could see of that taillight, of what could have caused that taillight to break, right? And even Coffendorfer said that that taillight was intact driving away in this exact footage. She straight up said so. But that does not look like a taillight that's been broken into 35, 36, 37 pieces. Makes no sense.
Forward, it rotates, and you also see the light shatter from the taillight being broken.
All right, Mike King, go ahead.
Yeah, I looked really closely. This is where Joe Scott's team is going to come in so valuable, because they're going to be able to line up the wheel where it was last seen in the snow, how it was lined up to that back bumper, and if it's even physically possible that a tail light could have come in contact. I don't see anything. I mean, it's barely a tap and moves it. And yes, there would be glass there, but the problem is there's glass found at the murder scene. And that's going to be so huge to get over. And you start adding those.
And I agree with you, Mike. I agree with you totally. That is a problem. That is a problem, that all of these pieces from this taillight show up at the crime scene. And I'm going to explain why this is a problem, Mike. As soon as we're done here, I'm going to let you guys say your piece. As soon as this is done here, I'm going to show you more evidence besides the footage that we just saw, which that footage takes place after 5 a.m. I mean, you're not going to tell me that that taillight was broken, leaving 35 to 37 pieces of it. I mean, and it happened prior to this footage being taken place. I mean, it makes no sense. There's nothing about that footage that shows me that that taillight was broken 35 to 37 places, or into 35 to 37 pieces. It just doesn't.
Those things together with her testimony of, hey, I might have hit something. She didn't say I hit something, John's car. She said I hit something as I was leaving. That's going to be really big, I think, Vinny.
Absolutely. Melissa, I'll give you the final word tonight. Again, the allegations from the defense, vast conspiracy, but it's all about an after-hours cop party, right? Police officers, working hard and then partying hard. What's your overall take about, the camaraderie versus someone in that party committing a...
This should be fucking great, because everybody just wants to acknowledge the fact that Karen Reed was drinking, but nobody wants to acknowledge the fact that everybody else was fucking drunk too. Nobody wants to focus on that.
Being a murder.
I mean, the camaraderie is great. We do work hard. Some of us party hard responsibly and don't drive, and we stay home. And some of us are less responsible. I think it's absolutely ridiculous to think that all of these people conspired and kept it a secret, and were able to, because one person alone can't even keep a secret, let alone all of these people, and risk their careers and families and lives. I think it's completely absurd. And I think
I love that. And I keep hearing that shit. Let me play that one more time.
Because one person alone can't even keep a secret, let alone all of these people, and risk their careers and families and lives. I think it's completely absurd. And I think that her statements, the evidence that they have, that to get over, as far as the glass being smashed in her car and the glass being at the scene, she's got a rough road to climb.
Mike King, Joseph Scott Morgan, Melissa Pingleton, great insight. I'm glad we were able to go through the evidence with you. Thanks so much.
Okay. I love that argument. I hear this argument all the time. The argument being, how can one person, much less all of these people, never slip up, right? It's because they can all be implicated. If my freedom was on the line and I was dirty, you better believe that I'm never going to admit to any wrongdoing. All of those people can absolutely be implicated in some way, shape, or form, whether it be for murder or whether it be for obstruction of justice, for fuck's sake. All of these people can be implicated if the truth comes out that somebody in that house lied about John O'Keefe being in the house, because we know John O'Keefe was in that fucking house. There's too much evidence to dictate that John O'Keefe was inside that home. We all know it. We've all seen the evidence that dictates this, between the Apple health data and between Ryan Nagel's testimony alone, or not his testimony, but his statement alone. Those two things those two things, just those two things, to me, absolutely dictate that John O'Keefe was in that house. So, I mean, wait, hold on a second. Let me see something here. You need to fix that, Cherry. Hold on. Okay. I think that was an accident. Okay. Fixed. So, yeah, just those two factors alone indicate to me that John O'Keefe was in that house. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Do your thing. Thank you. Cherry, sorry about that. Again, fair warning, folks. Anybody who shows up to that dickhead's channel and supports him, okay, you have no quarter here, and you have no place here in my chat. And that means anybody. Now, here's the thing. Going back to what we were talking about, staying on task here. Staying on task. The fact is that this taillight, right? This taillight driving away at 5, the video footage, the video evidence does not indicate to me, again, I'm not a taillight expert. I'm not a car expert. I don't know, but it sure as shit doesn't look to me like that taillight was broken into 35 to 37 pieces. It just doesn't. Now, let me pull this up real quick. Give me a second. I'm going to play you guys a recording. Now, this is a recording, a phone call recording of the tow truck driver who towed away Karen Reed's SUV from the crime scene. Okay? This is what he said on this phone call. And big shout out to Sleuthy Goosey for this. Appreciate it.
Me to tow it, and they were there. I didn't know anything about the case or anything, and then I found out later about it. I saw it on the news.
Well, state policeman says, "Hey, tow this car. The Diamond Towing, tow this car. You want their business, but you're gonna take it." The state policeman, what are they gonna do? Arrest you after they tell you? You take it. You're getting paid, right?
Yeah, I towed it right to the police station, though. I didn't tow it to my shop or nothing.
No.
From that house right to Canton, and they were with me the whole time.
Nice. Wow. But no damage on the car.
I think there's more to that story than what they're saying, because I don't see how they're saying what, she backed into him or something?
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, obviously, but and even if she did, would the window, the back brake mirror break? Probably not.
I didn't see no damage on it.
No, you guys inspect them like rent-a-car companies. You guys.
If there was any damage on that car, they would have took pictures of that car in the driveway before anything.
Amen.
So as you can hear for yourselves, the tow truck driver is claiming that there was no damage to Karen Reed's car. That would include the broken taillight. How are they not going to see that? And of course they have to cover their asses, because he's explaining they would have absolutely taken pictures of any damage done to that car prior to them towing it because they don't want to be held liable for it. They don't want to be held responsible. They don't want to be sent a bill for any damage to the car. It makes perfect sense. So he's saying we would have fucking taken pictures. If there was any damage to that car, we would have taken pictures of it and covered our own asses because we don't want to get blamed for the damage. That's basically what he's saying here. There's no fucking way that that car had any damage to it when we towed it away.
And yeah, hey, this is great.
If you go to any kind of scene and there's a car there that's got damage, they should be able to put those pictures of that car in her mother's driveway with the snow on the ground because it was snowing like hell that day.
Yeah.
And they should have pictures of that.
I'm glad you're on my show.
I personally didn't see no damage on that car.
No, but Manny calls you, hey, grab a car from the auction. You look around, see what it's got on it. That way, when Randy yells at you and says, hey, you got a dent, what do you tell him?
Explain to me how, if he was hit on the side of the road, right? Why was the taillight, pieces of the taillight found underneath John O'Keefe's body? That makes no sense how it got under his body when he was in the grass of the property, when he was in the lawn. That makes no sense. How did that get underneath his body?
If it had a lot of damage,
Hey, you would have a picture of that dent, wouldn't you?
Right.
If you saw a dent on a car you were towing, you would not take a picture?
What's that?
If you would call to tow a car, you would, if you saw a dent or any damage, you would take a picture, right?
Hold on. Yes, watch
car. You would, if you saw a dent or any damage, you would take a picture, right?
Me to tow it, and they were there. I didn't know anything about the case or anything, and then I found out later about it. I saw it on the news.
Well, state policeman says, hey, tow this car, the diamond towing, tow this car, you want their business, but you're going to take it. The state policeman, what are they going to do, arrest you after they tell you? You take it. You're getting paid, right?
Yeah, I towed it right to the police station, though. I didn't tow it to my shop or nothing.
No.
Went from that house right to Canton, and they were with me the whole time.
Nice. Wow. But no damage on the car.
I think there's more to that story than what they're saying, because I don't see how they're saying what, she backed into him or something?
Yeah, obviously, but and even if she did, would the window, the back brake near a brake? Probably not.
I didn't see no damage on it.
No, you guys inspect them like rent-a-car companies. You guys.
If there was any damage on that car, they would have took pictures of that car in the driveway before anything.
Amen. Yeah. Hey, this is great.
If you go to any kind of scene and there's a car there that's got damage, they should be able to put those pictures of that car in her mother's driveway with the snow on the ground because it was snowing like hell that day.
Yeah.
They should have pictures of that.
I'm glad you're on my show.
I personally didn't see no damage on that car.
No, but Manny calls you, hey, grab a car from the auction. You look around, see what it's got on it. That way, when Randy yells at you and says, hey, you got a dent, what do you tell him?
I had already had the dent. If it had a lot of damage,
Hey, you would have a picture of that dent, wouldn't you?
Right.
If you saw a dent on a car you were towing, you would not take a picture?
What's that?
If you would call to tow.
All right, it ends there. I mean, right there, this is allegedly the tow truck driver who towed away Karen Reed's SUV from the crime scene that night, and he's claiming there was no damage to the car. And if he had seen damage to the car, he would have taken a picture. Whoever was towing the car, it's their policy to take a picture. Anybody who would have towed any car from any scene, they would have taken a picture because A, of course, it's a crime scene, and B, because they don't want to be held liable for it. They don't want to be held responsible. I mean, it's just that simple. I mean, like, I don't understand what the big to do is here. Like, we're looking at evidence here. You've got Ryan Nagel saying that Karen Reed was alone in her car. And Ryan Nagel, you have to keep in mind, Ryan Nagel's statement is so detailed. Like, his memory seems so sharp that it convinces me that he's telling the truth. He has no dog in the fight to lie. So he's saying at 10 and 2 o'clock, her hands were on the steering wheel. He gets this detail correct, this very specific detail correct. And he also states that she was alone in the SUV and the light was on. The light was on and he could see that she was alone in the SUV. I mean, if he was lying on the property, dying or dead, if John O'Keefe was lying on the property, dying or dead already, then and the taillight broke when she hit him, well, why was his car, why was her car seen by Ryan Nagel with absolutely no damage? He claims that all of the lights were illuminated. The brake lights, the rear lights were all illuminated. Her foot was on the brake. So when when the lights are on in the car, the rear lights turn on. They turn on even brighter when your foot is on the brake. Every car that I know of does this. And yet he claims that there's absolutely supposedly this taillight was broken into 35 to 37 pieces, right? So, but he didn't notice this. He got that wrong, but got the detail that Karen Reed's hands were at the 10 and 2 position on the steering wheel. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. You know, I mean, and then you've got the video footage that we just watched as Karen Reed's SUV is driving away after she appears to have tapped, at the very least, John O'Keefe's vehicle pulling out of his driveway. And yet as she drives away, that taillight seems to be perfectly intact. So how is there not more reason to believe that those taillight fragments were planted based on everything that we're seeing and hearing right now? Just in this live stream alone, between the video footage, Ryan Nagel's statement, and this tow truck driver. I mean, of course I'm going to jump to the conclusion that those fragments of the taillight were planted. Why wouldn't I think that? Why wouldn't I think that? People, I mean, again, and if we're just talking about the law, that's enough to create doubt. Again, just a drop in the bucket of things that the defense is going to be able to convince a jury that there's reason to doubt her guilt. And that's all they have to do. Yet they are confident that they can not only prove, they can not only create this doubt in the jury, and it only takes one juror. But not only can they create this doubt in the jury, but they can prove Karen Reed's innocence. We don't even know everything that the defense has. This is just stuff that we've been able to come up with and the stuff that TurtleBoy has brought to light to create doubt through his investigations. Stuff to think about, folks. Stuff to think about. Anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Big shout out to all you guys that showed up to Canton. All you locals, everybody who showed up from out of town. That was so important what you guys did today. And you have absolutely all of my respect for what you did today. It was a beautiful thing to see. It's a beautiful thing to even be degrees a part of. And I'm really grateful to you guys just for the inspiration that you provided me. So that means a lot to me, and I'm grateful to you guys for that. So thank you guys, all of you, for everything that you're doing out there, and stay strong, stay brave. You guys are amazing. I love you guys very much, and we will do this again very soon, my friends.